Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Oregon Panthers boys hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff. Thanks so much for joining us here on OCA Media's continuing coverage of Oregon high school sports. Just before we get started with the starting lineups, we would like to thank some of our generous sponsors who make programming like this possible. They include the Oregon School District, actively building competence, character, culture, and community. Oregon Community Bank, feel good banking. Oregon Youth Basketball Boosters, providing area youth with instructional and competitive basketball opportunities. Stoughton Hospital and Oregon Urgent Care Clinic, trusted care close to home. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonBoosters.com for details. Torhorst Insurance, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts located in the heart of Oregon. We'll get to the rest of our sponsors in just a moment. Let's go down to the PA for the starting lineups.
Between the Edgewood Crusaders and your Oregon Panthers. And now for tonight's starting lineups. For the Crusaders, in net, number 35, Daniel Heffer. At defense, number 2, Parker Murr. At defense, number 27, Nathan Walker. At center, number 9, Drew Lenz. At wing, number 11, Matthew Lloyd. And at wing, number 14, Aiden Glenn. The Crusaders are coached by Pete Robbins, Steve Robbins, Chris Hansel, Matt Smith, Michael Johnson, Brad Quincy, and Michael Thompson. And now, for your Oregon Panthers starting lineup. Tonight, in net, number 35, a junior, Colton Daly. At defense, number 2, a senior, Parker Schmidt. At defense, a senior, number 6, Nick Bryan. At forward, a sophomore, number 7, Joe Romer. At forward, a senior, number 15, Lazaro Oroz. And at forward, number 20, a senior, Colton
Welcome back, everybody. Zach Seeloff and Dan Greatchuck here with you. Dan, just before we get started, an interesting goaltender situation for Edgewood. Zach Walker, the junior, has been carrying the load. We saw him in both games against the Panthers last season. The junior has started all but 2 of their games this season. Senior Quinn Senke got both of those other starts. But starting tonight, number 35 freshman Daniel Heffer, 5'9", 130 pounds, no game action so far this season, at least in the stats that I looked at. Interesting choice from the Crusaders. I didn't have a chance to talk with him, so I don't know if this is due to injury or what, but he's the only one coming down tonight.
You know, it's always good to get your freshman goaltender some time. And I hate to say it this way, but given a look at the compared records, Edgewood's really thinking that they're going to dominate this game, and we know they have a lot of skill and talent, so they want to give their freshmen some ice time. However, if Oregon's able to bury a couple quick, I think you'd see a goaltender change, and that's not the kind of fire you want to allow Oregon to have in a game like this.
We do see Zach Walker on the bench, so he is dressed and in pads. He is available, certainly, to come in, and it may be that you're right, that this just represents Coach Pete Rothering's confidence in his squad. We'll talk a little bit about what this second half of the Panthers season means at the first intermission, but right now we are underway. 17 minutes per period here in the boys' game, 3 periods to decide a winner. A huge Badger South Conference battle between the Oregon Panthers and the Edgewood Crusaders. Their longtime nemesis have not defeated the Crusaders since December of 2013. Big fight in the near corner of the Panthers zone here, right in front of the student section. The Panthers do dig it out. That's Joe Romer. Tries to lift one towards Oros. Good block in the center by Parker Mern. But the Panthers are able to force it into Crusader territory and get a few new skaters. Up at the points, dropped into center, and that one's held by Spencer Buskogger. Little change as Colton Ayers hops off the bench, so he's not able to grab that pass, and Edgewood controls it defensively with 16-17 to go in this scoreless first period. Caden Peterson drops it back into the Edgewood zone, and it'll be taken there by Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Sends the pass along to a changing teammate, and they've got a little bit of a chance here. Poked off the stick of J.J. Weebush, though, by Caden Peterson. A shot goes right across the crease, but doesn't find its way to the pads of Colton Daly, the netminder for Oregon. Inside of 16 minutes now, is bringing it back up as Weebush for Edgewood. Nice drag through, tries to get towards the faceoff dot, launches one at Daly, and a pad save off the shoulder. Drop into center, nobody there but Panthers, and Ben Wiedholtz moves it forward for Oregon. Oregon's got a 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Flip it off the wall toward Kyle Rohr. He'll dump it in, he'll get a change, and the Panthers will have to re-up on defense. Weebush still out there on the ice, loses the edge as he goes to the floor. That one will come towards the point, and the Panthers will have it. Joe Romer's got it on that near side. Early on, Edgewood kind of dominating the possession game. Haven't gotten a lot of great scoring chances, though.
No, they haven't, but Oregon has been really closing up all the passing lanes and taking away time and space. They're playing reserved.
Gilmore drops it into the center, that time for Cody Menzel. His shot well wide of the cage on the left side, and the puck on the far wall as Edgewood tries to regather. Good shove up against the wall, and Joe Romer grabs it. His pass, though, broken up and held by Edgewood. Fired back down toward Nash Durock. Good little stop-up move that time by Nick Bryan. We'll talk about Nick Bryan at the next stoppage. He had a tremendous game when we saw him against Janesville. Panthers dump this one in, and they'll give a chase. Overskate by Edgewood, but the trailer does have it. Move it into center ice, but the Panthers grab the loose puck. Nice little backhanded pass towards Bryan. Fires it toward Romer off the wall as he was changing. But Edgewood steals it out of center ice, and it comes to Peyton Smith of the Crusaders. Cross ice from Peyton Smith is tipped up and out of play.
You know, a couple things I'm seeing right off the bat. Oregon's playing tight. Their passes are tape to tape. They're catching them. They're making smart plays on their line changes. 2 different times a player looked to see what the change was happening and let the puck go. They seem to be really clicking. And again, you don't want to give this team a reason to fight hard. And I think that's kind of what Edgewood is feeling right now.
Faceoff will be in the far side of the Panthers zone. It'll be Kyle Rohr taking on Drew Lentz. We have been saying Drew Lentz's name since we have been on these broadcasts. An extremely talented player. 8 goals, 9 assists this season. 20 goals, 48 assists on his Edgewood career. The senior man, one of their major scoring powerhouses. Battle along the near side wall with 14-15 to go in the first. Panthers cross it up to the opposite edge and are able to get it out into neutral ice. Nice little stick handling there by Colton Ayers. Dumps it in, but it's grabbed by Edgewood. Rohr nearly taps it out of midair. The Panthers do hold it at the blue line, and a nice job to get it to Rohr from Franken. Tries to send it back again, but the puck chipped and remains along the wall with inside of 14 minutes to go. Good swing to the outside edge, and this time it'll be gathered by Spencer Buskogger. Cross to Caden Peterson, an aggressive move on the forecheck. Drew Lentz sends it towards center, but there's nobody there except Oregon Panthers. They clear it into center ice with 13:40 to play. That one taps the linesman as it comes down the near side wall. Delayed offsides against Edgewood. The Panthers get it into the neutral zone. Now turning around with it is Cody Menzel. Stopped up right at the point by Spencer Buskogger. We have seen some very good defense, but we have a delayed penalty coming up. This is going to go against Oregon. We'll get the signal. And head contact is the signal. So with 13:23 to go, the referee signals head contact against Oregon. And that will put Edgewood on the power play. Spencer Buskogger kind of disbelieving, but at 3:37 in the first, he gets the head contact penalty.
Yeah, I kind of am with Buskogger on this. I don't like the call. Obviously, we always want to be careful with any type of head contact, but to me, that did not look penalty worthy. But again, the refs have a very different view of it than we do.
We're up high here, standing next to our cameraman. Big thanks to Derek from WSTO in Stoughton for operating the camera for us tonight. As well, a big thanks to our executive director, Paul Zwiffer. He's out here with us getting that YouTube live stream going for you this evening. So on the power play, Edgewood sets up in the Panther zone. They control the initial faceoff, drop it in low for Menzel. His shot is deflected, but it goes the wrong way and wide of the cage. Aiden Lentz now turning around on this. Drew's younger brother moves it up to Patrick Mern at the center point. He'll change it down. Mern's shot is deflected again wide. Quick shot and a good save from Colton Daly. Closed up that post on the shot from Rebush. He had a good look at some open net. Daly got there first. Colton Ayers now looking to clear this one, but he can't get it past Mern at the point. Mern now left side point. Drops it down for Aiden Lentz. Lentz working his way into the slot, swings over the top, drops it back to Mern at the center point. 12:42 to play in this period, 1:17 to go on the power play. Edgewood's got one shot already. That one is deflected very nicely. Joe Romer getting his stick in front of that and not allowing it to make it to the cage. Battle along that rear wall. The puck is chipped loose. Romer's got a shot at this one. Grabs and fires. Nice clear by Joe Romer.
And they had to get that clear. That was a real tired group of penalty killers. They kept that box looking really good and good, clear area in front of the goalie.
12:14 to play in this period. 50 seconds on the power play as Patrick Mern dumps it in center. Nearly wings it off a skate of Oregon. That can be a tricky play, and Mern almost makes it work.
It was really a deceptive pass, and it even kind of fooled his own teammates. They kind of went looking for a regular setup, but again, those bounces off skates are never good.
Panthers putting some pressure on, but here comes Nathan Walker. Walker drops into center. A shot, and what a glove!
Wow.
Matthew Moyes is robbed by Colton Daly. 25 seconds to go on the power play.
Boy, that was up there with the save from the last kind of game. Another great side-to-side move, following that puck all the way in. Good vision, gets the glove on it, and is able to make the save.
Edgewood has gotten some good zone time on this power play, and they did have that nice one set up just now, but otherwise, Oregon has been able to keep them away from the net. Face-off tied up, and now it's controlled by Edgewood. Behind the net, they'll send it up the far side wall and try and set things back up once more. Peyton Smith controlling that. Up to the center point for Cooper Fink. Fink's shot hits the skate, doesn't get through. Second shot goes well wide. And it's Ben Wheatholtz that controls. Chips it past his man. Edgewood trying to get it. Stick lift and a clear by Colton Ayers. Great effort on that one at the top of the circle with just 1 second left. Both teams are full strength.
That was a great penalty kill. Coach Clemens has got to be happy with what he saw there, and that's something, again, for Oregon to keep building.
11:15 to go in this scoreless first period as the puck is brought up by Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Skates towards the high slot. Shot is blocked very cleanly by Adam Franken. Second shot is deflected lightly by Colton Daly's blocker. Moves all the way to the far corner. 11 minutes even as the Panthers come up with this puck. It's Spencer Buskogger turning around to shield it away from the Edgewood attacker. Gives it away to Drew Lentz, and Lentz does not have anyone to send it to. Colton Daly accelerates it along, and Adam Franken completes the clear for the Panthers. Panthers have not really had any zone time so far in the first 6 or so minutes of this game.
Yeah, but they're doing a great job of really taking away passing lanes and breaking passes and shots. Give them a chance to be a little more opportunistic, and I think you might see them get some success.
Buskogger, a long pass, finds Adam Franken. Franken, a little one-touch. There's Oros on the left wing side, sends a shot in, sticked into the safety netting by Daniel Heffer. That is his first action of the night. We'll have a face-off on the far side of his zone.
Yeah, and it's a tough position. Freshman goalie coming in, hasn't seen a shot for 7 minutes, and a weird one comes in like that. And again, as a goaltender, you want to feel that puck a lot more, and it's almost a disservice not to let some shots go in. but Oregon can build on what they've been doing so far with great defense.
Face-off won by the Panthers. It's Oros that comes up with it. Behind the net, feed into center for Romer is broken up by the Crusaders. At the point, Oros fighting for it again. Panthers able to keep it in the zone. It's Cooper Fink of Edgewood that skates back around with it. Brings it into center ice. His lead pass is too long. That puck, though, was touched, so no icing the call. Behind the net. Good little shove by the Panthers. They collide with each other, and what a turnaround pass. Didn't have anyone on the back door, but that pass from Wiebusch was dangerous.
It really was. It went right through the crease, but Colton was able to track it and follow it and just let it go through.
Coming back up the other way is Cooper Fink of Edgewood. Drops into the center. Now it's Patrick Murn. Face-off dot. His shot wide, and the Panthers skated away. It's Kyle Rohrer on the near side with 9:38 to play in this first period. Still 0-0 here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Rohrer's shot is deflected and ends up behind the net. Up to the point, it'll be Caden Peterson holding for Oregon. His shot lightly blocked and cleared into neutral ice, but Oregon does hold it there. Sends it back into the Edgewood zone. Nice job by Caden Peterson to force that one back in. He thought about a change, but will remain in center ice to provide some defense. Stepping up to the point, playing it with the skate blade. Caden Peterson doing a nice job on that right side point.
He really was, and he looked like he was going to go and try and pinch in and then thought better of it. So I think Clemens spent a lot of time telling him, play smart, be opportunistic, take your moments, and try and make them pay with their mistakes.
Panthers definitely on a more conservative bent in terms of their strategy for this game. Nice pass pick off by Edgewood that time. This may come down for icing. Daly will let it go by, and that is just what the call is. 8:49 to go. We'll head back to the Edgewood zone.
You know, I go back a couple seasons ago when we saw probably Oregon's best opportunity to beat Edgewood. At Edgewood's home ice, they ended up losing in overtime, and it was a system very similar. It was staying back, playing defense, taking away lanes, and being opportunistic.
Off the face-off, the Panthers send it into the corner where it's taken by Andrew Budzinski of Edgewood. They're trying to move it up that near side wall with about 8 minutes and 40 seconds to play in this first period. Now taking it behind the net is Will Hartman of Edgewood, moving it up the far side. Panthers getting involved every step of the way, and that one is blocked by Laszlo Oros' backside. Kyle Rohrer drags around his man, shot and a save. We have seen some fancy stick work from Kyle Rohrer. We see more of it there. He can't quite get enough on that shot, and Heffer makes the stop.
You know, watching Rohrer and Franken play in that end of the ice is fun to watch because you know they're going to be creative, but you've got to give Heffer a ton of credit. That was a great positional save. He didn't bite for the deke. He kept big, stayed up, and was able to eat it up. So that is a great save from the freshman goaltender.
Getting his first start in this game tonight and has looked good, at least against the Rohrer shot there. 8 minutes and 17 seconds to go as Edgewood tries a little fancy footwork of their own. Nothing doing against Colton Daly on that near side. Puck at the point. Romer fighting for it now on that near wall. Gets pushed to the ground by Drew Lentz. Drew Lentz, 6'4", 175, and he plays every bit of it. A big man on the ice, able to deliver some punishing hits. Behind the net, it's Joe Romer for Oregon. Moving it up to Colton Ayers. Ayers behind his own net, sends it along for Parker Schmidt. He'll let it go towards Laszlo Oros. High off the glass, a little hand from Drew Lentz. Again, like I said, using every inch, leaping up to get that one. Now it's Aiden Lentz. Lentz from the top of the circle. That one hit Colton Daly very strangely, but he's able to grab it and save it.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced a little bit and kind of came up on him, but good positioning. Was able to eat that puck up and a little bit of a bouncer. He was able to cover that rebound. Edgewood's got to do a better job of getting some traffic in front of Daly in order for stuff like that to generate those second and third chance opportunities.
7 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the scoreless first period. Face-off won by Edgewood. They'll control at the center point. Fire it down into the corner. Buskogger behind his own net for Oregon. Ramps it up towards Simon Sassarosi. Comes towards Colton Daly, but ends up going wide and into the far corner. Nash Darragh pushed hard against the wall. A good shoulder delivered that time by Buskogger. Puck held on the wall nicely by the Panthers, and here they come. Got a 2-on-2 if they can get it moving. Good grab from behind by Nathan Walker. Big collision at the blue line, and that is going to be a penalty for sure. This one's going against Edgewood. We'll get the signal here. Cross-checking is the call. Peyton Smith will head to the box for 2 minutes, and the Panthers get their first power play opportunity.
Yeah, there was no question that call was going to get made. It got up a little bit high. You've got to make that call. So this now gives the Panthers something to build on, and you can definitely take some steam away from Edgewood, who's generated 99% of all the offense in this game. By generating some opportunities, maybe you get a lucky bounce. You just want to make sure you don't waste this opportunity.
Ayers, Franken, Romer, Oros, and Bryan out there for the Panthers on the power play unit. Face-off is knocked to the rear wall and cleared out by Edgewood. Panthers will have to give chase, and we've got a delayed penalty coming up here. This is going to go against Oregon. Controlling that one is Cody Menzel. A short-handed shot, no goal, hit the post, hit the crossbar with the shot. Nick Bryan guilty of roughing. And I have to admit, I didn't see it. I was looking at the puck, and this was away from the puck.
It would have happened immediately on the faceoff because I saw his arm go up.
He pointed at Nick Bryan, but now it's Adam Franken that's going in, and Franken was the one taking that faceoff. So I am very uncertain as to what it was that Franken did. But at 10:03 in the first, he is called for roughing, and so we will play 4-on-4. As we continue on here, it'll be 4-on-4 for 1:40. Then there'll be about 15 seconds of an Edgewood power play. Panthers control, drop it into the center of their own zone. Thought about a shot, and they take one. Stick save, though, from Colton Daly. Nice turnaround by Romer. But it's Cody Menzel that's able to hang on to it for Edgewood with 6:37 to play in this first period. Nathan Walker back and moves it across. Edgewood controlling down low. Shot and a deflection right off the pad of Colton Daly, who's able to get that one cleanly. Joe Romer tops this one down. We've got a touch.
A little confusing.
I was sure that Nathan Walker had touched that one, but they're going to say that he missed it up along the near side wall. So the icing will bring it back to the Panther zone. 1:10 to go on the 4-on-4.
Yeah, Panthers have to be real careful in this situation. 4-on-4 benefits the Crusaders. They are a very fast team, great passing, very creative. They've got to do a little bit better of blocking away these passing lanes and busting it out of their zone.
Drew Lentz versus Kyle Rohrer in the faceoff dot near side of the Panther zone. Buskogger pushes it toward the point and gets it out into the neutral ice. Drew Lentz, though, at the blue line, now fighting against Rohrer. Puck is loose in center ice, and it is finally Parker Murn that comes up with it for Edgewood. Murn takes it all the way back behind the net, tries to drop it in front, but nothing there. Buskogger's got it. Tries to chip it by, can't do it. Rohrer comes up with it. And the puck remains on that near side wall. Now dug out by Aiden Lentz. In towards the center and Parker Murn. Murn trying to get it again. Now it's Drew Lentz at the high slot. His shot is easily sticked away by Buskogger. Here's Colton Ayers for Oregon. Ayers a nice lead pass, and here comes Laszlo Oros. Oros hash mark shot is wide. Misses well wide on that right side post. 5:40 to play in the period. 25 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then it'll be 15 seconds of an Edgewood power play. Walker at the end line. Tries to wrap it around. It's knocked off his stick and comes all the way to that far wall. Ayers has got it. He lost the pass for Rohrer. Rohrer lets that one bounce in front of him. Gets past Lentz. Rohrer behind the defense. Shot off the bottom of the glove. Second shot is saved. Oh, what a stop by Heffer.
And another penalty.
Another penalty coming. This one will go against Edgewood, and they touch it up. And we'll see what this call is. Slashing is the call. So now we will go, and so the Panthers penalty just expired at that whistle. Excuse me, the Edgewood penalty. So we will play 4-on-4 for 15 seconds more. Then it'll be 1:45 of a Panther power play. Guilty of that slash was number 2, Parker Murn.
You know, and I got to be real honest, I may have been wrong on Heffer. He's a solid goaltender. We don't have any stats on him. He is the freshman goaltender, smaller goaltender, but great positioning, great confidence. And again, he does not seem to shake. He's very calm, very focused, and that's what you want to see in a very mature veteran goaltender, and you're seeing it in a freshman. That's great to see.
Freshman versus freshman there. Rohrer versus Heffer. Both of those guys are freshmen. Rohrer made a great shot, and Heffer just got a piece of it with the bottom of the glove to make the save. 5 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Panthers move it down beneath the net. It'll be grabbed by Joe Romer. He's got Ayers in front. Romer pushed off the puck, drops it up to Ayers, and the Panthers now full strength as Franken hits the ice. He's going to play on the power play. No chance of going to the bench. Drop it down. Here's Romer on the near side. 4:45 to play in this period. A clear from Edgewood as they get it out. 1:30 left on the Panther power play.
And again, Edgewood is dangerous even when they're shorthanded, so you've got to make sure that you're watching that back door.
Laszlo Oros got it at the center line, nearly pushed off the puck, drops it off. Franken able to just get enough of that one to hold it in. At the blue line, gives it forward to Romer. Romer, face-off dot, shot and a glove save from Heffer. And now we've seen both goalies flash in the leather, looking good early.
And again, what impresses me an awful lot about the freshman goaltender here, great composure. You often worry about putting in a freshman without a lot of game experience, being a little nervous, little jitters. There's none of that. He is focused. He's making the best of this opportunity. And as a goalie, you love to see that.
Panthers on the power play for another 1:10. Up to the point, it's Nick Bryan. Bryan thinks about the shot, settles it down. Move it back to him on that near side point. Wrist one in, a nice little shot, and just getting a piece of it with the pad was Heffer. Puck loose on the ground. Ayers able to grab it with 54 seconds left on that power play. Bryan thinking about the opposite point, gives it to Oros. Whips it across, and that'll be Colton Ayers near side. Underneath, Adam Franken. He's got Romer in the center. Nothing there. Trying to push him off the puck is number 5, Andrew Budzinski, but it comes to Colton Ayers. Ayers' shot deflects hard off Will Hartman. A nice body block from Hartman of the Crusaders, but the Panthers still control. 30 seconds on the power play. Franken rotating around beneath the net. Quick shot from Rohrer, save. Shot from Ayers, a save up over the crossbar. Just missed it. Was Colton Ayers, and the save puts it over the crossbar and comes out of the zone.
That was a bicep save. He knocked that thing out of the air with his bicep. That was impressive tracking of the puck, and again, stand nice and calm.
It's 10 seconds on the power play. Feed into center and a score! Adam Franken feeds Joe Romer right on top of the crease, slams it home, and with 6 seconds on the power play, the Panthers strike first. They're up 1-0 with 3:18 to play.
Obviously the largest student section we've had this season, and they love to see that. That was just good, hard work. There is no fault that you can put on Hoffer on that. That was just a great setup, great pass. They're able to bury it, and that's playing opportunistic for the Panthers, which you have to do. But this next shift is the most important for Edgewood in this game so far.
So with the score, the penalty expires, so we will not have 6 more seconds, obviously, of a power play. With 3:10 to play, the Panthers are up 1-0. Joe Romer, you hear, getting the call for the score. Adam Franken with the primary assist. And so the Panthers lead 1-0 early in this game. We saw Janesville against the Panthers as soon as they gave up the first goal. They switched their goalie out. That one is ramped up into the safety angle of the out-of-play faceoff. No such panic from Coach Rothering. He elects to stick with his freshman goaltender, and I agree with you. That's just a really great play. You're not putting that one on the goalie.
It absolutely was. And again, if you're the coach, you're confident in this goaltender because your goaltender is confident. He's not shaking. He's looking. He keeps moving, staying loose and focused. So, again, that's what you want to see.
2 minutes and 49 seconds to play in this period. The Panthers up 1-0. Thanks to a power play tally from Joe Romer, assisted by Adam Franken. Rohrer does a nice job to hang with that puck. Franken chips it in, and here's Ben Wiedholz. Swings over the top and can't get the shot to go, but Caden Peterson will hold the zone for Oregon. Franken beneath the net now with 2.5 minutes to go. Up to the point for Buskogger. Sends a little wrister in. The deflection from Wiedholz goes just a bit wide. They got the redirect, but it does not find its way towards the net. Puck trapped right in front of the Zamboni door there, stuck in a player's skates. That one is lightly sticked away, handled easily by Heffer. A clearing pass, nice pickup by Caden Peterson in center ice. Buskogger gets it with both skates. A little dipsy doodle maneuver there. Rohrer taps it on a midair. That one hits him in the back. Oh boy, you could see him feeling that, tagged in the back by his own teammate Spencer Buskogger. Unintentional, obviously. Buskogger hits the ice hard, but now
we're going to get a penalty.
And we're going to get a penalty against Spencer Buskogger.
Yeah.
Kicked the stick away, and so he will have to go to the box.
Yeah.
And so the Panthers, unfortunately, will give Edgewood another opportunity. Minute 50 left to go in this period, so 10 seconds will go over. They'll call it interference, but either way.
Yeah, and again, that's a mental mistake and a breakdown of discipline. If Edgewood scores on this power play, that is going to suck an awful lot of life out of this team.
Interference, the call. It goes against Spencer Buskogger. That's his second penalty of the night. Had a head contact penalty very early in this first period. Edgewood 0 for 1 on the power play. We'll look to improve that here. Minute 44 to go. Big crunch against the wall, but Edgewood holds. Feed into center, and what a clear. And the Panthers have a chance at a 2-on-1. It'll be 1-on-1 as they go for a change. Oros around his man. Tries to bring it in front. Goes in hard. The net is off. And we will get the whistle. Oros with one hand trying to put that one on. You got to give him credit for just selling out on that play.
Yeah, and that's kind of trying to be that power forward move, and he's got the skill, he's got the speeds, but not the size. Edgewood's a strong on their skate team, and to push somebody like that, you really need the leverage. And again, this Crusader team has always been well-conditioned, strong, and smart.
Yep, that's a move you see Brent Burns or Jumbo Joe make. That's going to be harder for a guy Laszlo's size. But I like the effort just the same. On the power play, a nice entry pass, but what a pickup by Nick Bryan. Boy, he had a game against Janesville. He's having a great one here as well. Minute 15 to go in this period. There will be 10 seconds of the power play to remain, and what a deflection. They just missed it. Now we get a whistle. A net came off once again, this time the Oregon net. Oh boy, that deflection in front was gorgeous, and Cody Menzel sent it just wide of the post.
And again, this is not a team you want to take any chances with. Crusaders can make you pay on the penalty, even strength, penalty kill. So again, bad penalties are going to hurt you in this game.
Face-off in the Panthers zone on the near side after the net had come off. Controlled that time by Wiebusch, moves it all the way across to Peyton Smith. His shot is saved by Daly, but he's not able to gather the rebound. Lentz battling at the point, sends it up towards Nathan Walker. Cross ice to Wiebusch, drop into the center, can't shoot as Patrick Byrne. Nice job, and here the Panthers on a 3-on-1, they lose the puck. Wiedholt's not able to gather, turning around is Lentz, top of the circle. Lentz shot, what a block by Colton Ayers, and you can tell that one hurt him. Got the legs together and made the stop. 40 seconds to go in the period. It's power play all the way for Edgewood as they move it over to Wiebusch. Walker, center point, shot saved and covered by Colton Daly. Great rebound control from the junior netminder.
Yeah, and Daly's had to make a couple big saves on this power play, or on this penalty kill, and a couple deflections. The issue with that last breakout, you have that 3-on-1, it looks really tempting, but you're killing a penalty. You got to dump it, get fresh legs out. That could have turned around and burned them hard.
33 seconds to go in this period. Panthers up 1-0 off the face-off. A great clear all the way down into Edgewood territory. That'll let the Panthers set things up here as the clock continues to tick down. Now inside of 20 seconds remaining in this period. Trying to gather that puck is Cody Menzel. It's tapped off his stick briefly, but following along is Peyton Smith. And we get an offsides call. And that's what happens when you generate contact at the blue line. You slow him up. You force him to make another move.
Yeah, and he looks like he's trying to draw a little bit of a penalty there. He had his back to him. But again, if you can stumble him up at the blue line, you're able to get that call or to get it clear. And that's what the Panthers have to continue.
15 seconds left in this period. 25 seconds on the Edgewood power play. Faceoff is won by the Panthers. Parker Schmidt at the point, can't get it clear, but here's Colton Ayers. He will send it all the way down. 5 seconds to go here in this period, and I think Edgewood will just hold this one up and settle things down to finish us off. There is the horn. And so Oregon faces a 2-minute power play with a minute 50 to go at the end of that period. Despite some troubles, they are able to do a nice job killing it off. They end the period up 1-0 after the power play score from Joe Romer.
Yeah, and it was a real impressive period from the Panthers on a couple different parts of the playbook. Smart play through, I'd say, about 98% of that period. A couple mental mistakes that almost cost them, but Colton Daly was there to bail them out. On the other end, you've got to like number 35, Daniel Hoffer, has looked absolutely stunning in this first period. He's smart, he's staying calm, he's staying focused, and even after the goal, he wasn't rattled. Made some big saves.
So here's the thing I wanted to ask you about. We didn't get a chance to talk about it at the top of the broadcast.
Are you bringing this up because I was late?
See, I wasn't going to say anything.
No, you're just going to do that. You're going to do that kind of passive-aggressive stuff. Yes, I was late.
The viewers didn't even know. But what I wanted to talk about, the Panthers right now 2-2 in the Badger South. The Crusaders are 4-0. Monroe is also 4-0. So the Panthers although they're down 2 games, they're actually sitting in a pretty good position. They beat Monona Grove the other day 6-1 to give them that second win in conference. If they can win here against Edgewood, and we know they haven't done that since 2013, but they're up 1-0 now. There's no reason they can't believe in that. They've got Milton at home on the 11th. They go to Monroe on the 14th. That'll be a challenging game. Then they get McFarland, Stoughton, Monona Grove at home. They go to Edgewood. That's February 7th. And finally, they finish their season at Milton. I've deleted the non-conference games there. But that tells me they have a pathway here, but the 2 toughest games are right here for them. They've got Edgewood here, then they go to Monroe. Those are going to be the biggest challenges, but boy, they stepped up to it at least in this first period.
They really have, and I'll be very honest, I am a dark horse fan of Monroe. It just
4-0 in the Badger South right now.
I mean, this is a team that you and I have seen a lot, and we've seen them grow. So that's a team that Edgewood does have to worry about, because they're a team like Oregon was 3 seasons ago, where they could absolutely take you out, and it came close for Oregon. 2 of their losses, we have to remember, came in overtime in their barn in Edgewood. So, again, Oregon has a unique position, and in this game, I think it's a very different feel than I think over the past 4 seasons. They're coming into this an underdog, and I really don't think Edgewood's given them the respect that they're earned. And I think second period that's going to be a little bit different. And again, I think we're going to see a lot coming from the Panthers, and their ability to get some conference wins is huge as we get to the last part of the season.
They all count at this point, folks. At the start, I got some of the sponsors brought in. Let me tell you about the rest of our fine sponsors. They include Sonny's Kitchen, serving great coffee, delicious home-cooked meals, and award-winning desserts located in the heart of Oregon. Oregon Tax and Accounting, serving the Oregon community since 2001. See Jim for all your small business and personal tax services. Firefly Coffee House and Artisan Cheese, in the heart of downtown Oregon, offering fresh bakery, daily lunch specials, soups and salads, along with hand-selected small batch Wisconsin cheese. TDS. Get blazing fast TDS fiber internet in your home today. With speeds up to 1 gig, you can surf, stream, watch videos, or game online with ease. Say no to slow and hello to go with TDS fiber. And finally, Oregon Youth Basketball, providing opportunity for the youth of Oregon to develop their basketball skills and enjoy the game of basketball by providing both recreational and competitive basketball opportunities. Folks, if you would like to sponsor OCA Media, drop us a line at ocamedia.com. We produce over 275 events each year. Those include not just sports, but also parades, community events, school board meetings, concerts, plays, you name it. If it's happening in Oregon, we will cover it, and we could really use your help. If you want to be a sponsor, stop by ocamedia.com. If you want to be a volunteer, stop by there as well. We are all volunteers here, the people running the camera, Dan and I doing the announcing, all the people who make this go volunteer their time. If you would like to join us, we'll teach you everything you need to know. Come on out and see us. Visit us at ocamedia.com. And finally, send us your game day photos using hashtag OCA Game Day on whatever your social media platform of choice is. The Panthers lead 1-0 after a power play goal in the first period, but there's 34 minutes of hockey left here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Stay tuned to OCA Media's coverage of Oregon Panthers boys hockey.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't send you a heads up.
I should have, I was thinking about it yesterday, and I thought I gotta make sure I remember to find out what time game started. And I ended up teaching all day, got done at the grocery store. Just as you called it, my dinner just got done.
I'm sorry.
No, it was fine. I was like,
Welcome back, everyone, to OCA Media's coverage of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. A huge game for the Panthers with massive Badger South implications. And after one period, Dan, they found a way to get the lead. They're up 1-0.
yeah, but there's a whole lot of hockey left to play. We've seen an Oregon team carry a lead for a little bit against Edgewood, but you can never count that team out. They are so skilled. They are so disciplined. They are so prepared to deal with adversity that you really have to keep playing your style. And again, for me, it's got to be that opportunistic style. You cannot skate stride for stride with this team through 3 periods.
One thing we happened to see, and I just happened to call it out because the puck was around that area, was Caden Peterson, defenseman and a solid defenseman for him, was around last season, back this season. We saw him briefly step up like he was going to go after the puck and try and pinch in and get aggressive, and then drop it, kind of catch himself, drop back, maintain the defensive line. We've seen a conservative posture from Oregon that we're not used to seeing, and so far it's paying big dividends. Edgewood lives and dies, at least in the seasons we've seen him previously, on transition goals, on getting you out of position, and suddenly they've got a 2-on-1. They're so fast, they're so strong, they exploit those really well. They haven't had a lot of that against Oregon in this game. Yeah,
no, they really haven't. And the smart play for Oregon is to keep doing what they're doing. Look, you've got a great goaltender in Colton Daly. You know if you give him a chance to make the save, he's going to make the save, so let him. Don't take big risks, though, by pinching in and giving up odd man rushes the other way. 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 or 3-on-2s from the Crusaders coming in is not what you want your goaltender looking at. So you've got to play that smart style. And again, they've been in the locker room pretty long here. I think they're really breaking down any of the mistakes they did make, and they want to make sure they're staying on their game plan.
Absolutely. The one mistake that is one that you definitely want back was Spencer Buskogger taking that interference penalty. Everyone knows you play hockey. If somebody loses the stick, you've just got to let it be. You can move it out of your way if you're going to trip over it, but you certainly can't kick it, slap it, throw it, and that's what he did. He ends up in the box. The Panthers have killed off 1:50 of that, but they do have 10 seconds to start this period where they're on the penalty kill. If they can eliminate that and eliminate those kind of mistakes, there's no reason they can't take home the victory tonight.
Yeah, you've got to play that disciplined game. You've got to make sure that you're making good decisions. And again, we've seen a lot of these little things that are paying off. Line changes. You see the puck coming, but instead of playing it, you're looking to make sure there's not too many. Not pinching when you have that ability. So again, smart play, no offensive zone penalties, no mental mistakes, and discipline issue penalties.
As I mentioned, Spencer Buskogger will be in the box for the 10 seconds to start off this period, and then we will go back to even strength play. The Panthers lead 1-0 thanks to a Joe Romer power play goal on a killer feed from Adam Franken behind the net. Romer slammed it home, and that is the only scoring so far in this game. It'll be Romer, Colton Ayers, Nick Bryan, and Parker Schmidt to start things off for the 10-second penalty kill. As we begin, Drew Lentz in the dot. The captain of the Edgewood Crusaders does win the faceoff. Crusaders control at their own blue line. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Move it forward to Aiden Lentz. Lentz nearly loses control. Puck lost. Parker Munn gets it up to Drew Lentz, and now both teams are full strength, so the Panthers don't even allow Edgewood to get into their zone. They ice it down the other way, but they are able to kill off those final 10 seconds. We'll play 5-on-5.
And they just have to take the second just like they did the first. Be opportunistic. Play your position. Take away those lanes. Get in the way. Take away time and space. How many block shots and deflections with the stick did we see from passes and shots by Panthers getting in those lines?
And we know how frustrating that can be when you feel like you're setting your offense up right and it's just the shot doesn't get home. That can start to make you kind of try and cheat a little bit, get ahead, get that extra move, extra pass, and that's something that Oregon might be able to exploit going on later in this game. They do win the faceoff in their own zone, and you and I talked about it. We've had some Zamboni issues over these last couple of games, and it is wet behind the net there. That puck getting lost. A shot, what a stop right off the face mask of Colton Daly, getting in the way of that one. A whistle of a shot from Aiden Lentz, and again the puck stops up. The ice conditions were a factor in the Janesville game. They're going to be a factor here. What a move from Oros. Oros to the faceoff dot. Turns around. Now a nice move again. Feed into center, and just swinging over the top was Joe Romer. The Panthers can't stop it at the blue line. What an individual effort from Laszlo Oros.
Yeah, he's just so creative when he's got that puck, and he's able to build some speed and was able to get things moving. But again, you and I were talking about it off air. There are so many puddles out here on each side of the ice that it is affecting play behind the net. And in our last game, there was a delay in the second period to let that dry up, and it's starting to dry. But there were 2 opportunities for Oregon to break out that they couldn't because of it. And if not for Colton Daly's face, it's a 1-1 game.
Face-off that time is won by Edgewood, but the Panthers grab it up. Now Edgewood retakes and controls. Parker Murn's shot is well wide. Behind the net, a shot and a save. A nice job by Colton Daly to turn that one away off the stick of Peyton Smith of Edgewood. 15:43 to play in this period. Panthers still leading 1-0 here in the second as they try and move it forward, get it ahead to Adam Franken, chips it toward the blue line, and now it's coming all the way to the near wall. Caden Peterson there, can't dig it out, and it's flung back in by Smith once more for Edgewood. Buskogger newly out of the box, fighting to get that one. It's Rohrer that comes and drags it away up to the Zamboni door for Adam Franken. Franken trying to chip it forward along that wall, battling with Andrew Budzinski. Rohrer's got it now. Back to Franken. Franken into the middle for Rohrer, but it's off his stick. He's able to hang with it. Just a lot of confusion on this puck. No one able to grab it cleanly. Trying to step his way around to Smith, but Caden Peterson with another great defensive effort.
Yeah, they've done a really great job of eating some of these passes up and these bounces off the boards. And again, this is kind of the way that first period started, where Edgewood's got the push. They've got a lot of zone time. They're controlling the puck. They're getting some shots. Colton Daly's had to make some saves. And it was about this point, a couple minutes into the first, where we started to see those legs in Oregon start pushing forward a bit.
An even 15 minutes to play here in the second period. Panthers lead 1-0. Face-off in their zone. A quick shot goes right through the crease and misses the goaltender Colton Daly off the stick of Jeffrey Rossow. Great shot block that time from Joe Romer. We've been talking about it. The shot blocking of the Panthers has been outstanding in this game. Oros in front of the scorer's table. What a cross ice to enter the zone to Colton Ayers. Ayers whips that one down behind the net, and Romer will give chase. Pushes his way through traffic, but coming up with it is Will Hartman of Edgewood. Now the battle continues right in that corner in front of the student section. 14:30 to play. Parker Schmidt at the point. Across to Nick Bryan, but out of his reach and out of the zone. Panthers will check up on the delayed offsides. Edgewood loses it in another little puddle in front of that Purex Sports sign in the corner. Nearly grabbing it is Rohrer on a midair, but Edgewood able to move it ahead. Nick Bryan now defensively for Oregon. Off the wall, but held by Edgewood. Behind the net, they whip it into center, and the Panthers a little, I think, crossed up, but now they've got a 3-on-2 developing as Ayers moves forward. He's got Oros into the center, gives to Rohr. Hash mark shot and save. A nice save by Heffer. Quick little push afterwards, but nothing more than that. With 13:59 to go, we'll have a face-off in the Edgewood zone.
Yeah, Rose came in there a little bit. And again, he's going to make a little bit of a play. I'm never a fan of anybody hitting a goalie when they've got that puck covered and you know it, but you do want to play whistle to whistle. But again, I don't blame Edgewood for giving him a little bump, saying, don't be hitting our goalie.
Face-off is won by Edgewood in the Panther zone. Behind the net, taken by Franken. Moves it up nicely to the point for Buskogger. Whistles it back along the grass, but it rolls. Finds its way all the way along the boards, and Wiedholz turns it the opposite direction. Peyton Smith striding there, but at the point, Buskogger will send it back down. Behind the net, Panthers got it. Rohr to Franken. Face-off dot, and he just misses. Tries to take that high corner. Caden Peterson, one-timer from Buskogger. He nearly broke the stick. Hit the ice a lot harder than he did the puck, and this one comes all the way down for an Edgewood icing. Will return to their zone for the face-off.
That's always scary when you got that one-timer coming in and you whiff it, because you know you've got the forwards busting out with speed, and if they're able to get that, they've got an odd man rush going. So again, Panthers lucky on that one. And now we're seeing it like we did in that first period. They're starting to generate. And I really would like to know what they were talking about in their locker room that made them late coming out.
Absolutely. 13:26 to go in this second period. Panthers still with the 1-0 lead. They win the faceoff in the Edgewood zone. Rohr feeds towards Wiedholz in the center, but it's broken up, and now rushing forward is Cody Menzel. Gains the zone left wing side. Behind the defense. Shot is too tall. Takes the glass all the way out into neutral ice. Edgewood controlling there. Move it and flick it back into the Panthers zone. Gets through the tripod, and Menzel will grab it in the corner once more. Up towards the point. Peyton Smith's shot is blocked by Adam Franken. Second shot does not get through. Buskogger blocked that one. Menzel, center point. Moves it over to the near side wall. Now up high for Owen Friedow. Friedau's shot is actually a shot pass into the corner there. And they'll send it up to the point, this time for Nathan Walker. Walker set up, gives to Friedow. His shot, they try the redirect, no good. Try the backhand, can't get it to go. And the puck comes towards Menzel. He whistles it along that far side. Nice move by Adam Franken to dodge the stick lift. Wiedholz trying to dig it out of the blue line, and here comes Franken with speed. He's got Rohr with him as he enters on the left wing edge. Panthers get a change. Franken has the puck stripped away from him, and Menzel's going to try and come the other way for the Crusaders with 12:18 to play. He'll just chip that one in, content to go for a change. The Panthers gather it up and move it to Oros on the near side. Sends it high off the glass, a banking shot into the center, but Edgewood controls there. It's Peyton Smith in his own zone. Oros fighting for this one. Tries to drag it through. Go ahead, Dan.
Got away with a hook there, Edgewood did. They slowed him down. They got that stick in the body.
Nice save by Colton Daly. The backside is open, and the Panthers get their skates in front of it. The defensemen put the blades together and do not allow that backside opportunity. Lead it for Joe Romer. Nice pickup at center ice. Moves it across to Colton Ayers. Ayers pokes that one along to hold the zone, but it'll be grabbed by Edgewood as they try and turn it around with 11:36 to play in this second period. Oros in the corner, feed through center. It's right past Joe Romer. Ayers going to put some pressure on. He's able to gather this puck up and feed it to Parker Schmidt defensively. Schmidt's pass is off the body that time of Jeffrey Rossau. Nick Bryan, though, able to gather the loose puck. Move it back to Parker. Up the wall now for Colton Ayers at the Zamboni door. Wind and a drive. It hits the Edgewood man. Carl Gilmore getting in the way of that one. Does not make it anywhere near the net. Ayers putting the body on. He and Romer fight for that puck on the near side wall against Aiden Lentz. Edgewood able to move it out. A nice poke from Oros. A high stick from Joe Romer, but Edgewood will be the first ones to play this. They'll go for a change as they tap it in.
Yeah, good hard work in the corners and winning those gritty battles for Oregon. That was impressive to see. And again, they're showing some real grit and heart, and I like that.
A shot, a slapper from the point, but it goes well wide and into the corner with 10:40 to play. Here's a lead pass for Rohr. He's going to have to stride against Will Hartman. Hartman gathers it for Edgewood. Rohr all over him. Rohr just fighting for this puck from his knees. Puts the stick out, and the Panthers briefly hold it in. Edgewood will gather, though, and take it out. Tap it ahead for Matthew Moyes. He is pushed hard against the wall by Buskogger. And the Panthers will have this puck on the near side. Wiedholz leads it around Moyes and leads it ahead for Adam Franken. Franken at the faceoff dot. He's got control of this puck. Feed towards Wiedholz, who is bodied down by Lentz. Checked from behind, but no call. The Panthers fans wanted one. 10:04 to play in this period. Moyes has it on that near side. Drops it off for Aiden Lentz. Loose puck gathered by Buskogger. His stretch pass stopped up at the blue line, and he'll pick it up himself. Buskogger is going to chip this one in, retreat to his defensive spot as Wiedholz pursues in the corner. 9:48 to play in the second period. Drew Lentz pushed up against the wall. Trying to get after this one is Trey McKee. He's hooked around, but he's able to grab this one. Caden Peterson's got it at the point. Puck loose in towards the slot. Edgewood will loft that one and hit one of the fluorescent lights. And that one will come back to the Edgewood zone for a faceoff with 9:32 to play.
You know, if you're Edgewood's coach, you got to be unhappy there because there was a slow line change by the Panthers. They only had one person pressing, and they were able to keep them pinned in those backboards, and they were almost able to generate something.
9:32 to play in this second period. 1-0, the lead for the Panthers. A huge Badger South Conference battle, and the Panthers trying to win their first against the Crusaders since 2013. Puck ends up all the way in the Panther zone. Going in hard to the boards was Nick Bryan. Able to get up, though gets up a little slowly with 9:16 to play. Puck comes back to him, and he starts battling for it. Behind the net, the turnaround pass no good. The second chance is off the side of the cage, and now knocked clear by the Panthers into the corner. Puck still trapped on that corner. It hits the safety netting out of play, and we'll get a face-off on the near side of the Oregon zone.
You know, we keep seeing a lot of this kind of back and forth where it gets put into those corners, and there's a lot of digging and gritty battles, and each side has done a pretty good job of getting that puck to those areas where they want to see it. But the goaltenders have been able to stand up to these shots, but Heifer has not been tested a lot in this period.
Face-off is won by Edgewood in the Panther zone. Quick shot coming in, a nice stick save from Colton Daly. Andrew Budzinski put that shot towards the net. Colton Ayers backhands that one in, and it's going to end up all the way behind the net. Parker Mern and Laszlo Oros will battle for it. Romer along to assist Oros. Mern trying to get it past him. Everybody fighting, and now it's Romer that clears it to Colton Ayers. Up to Buskogger at the point. His shot comes through, but the redirect doesn't send it on net. 8:36 to go. Peterson at the point, can't get it clear. A 2-on-2 coming here for Edgewood. Trying to get this one back in, can't turn it around. Are the Crusaders. They still hold. The deflection goes wide. What a nice move by J.J. Wiebusch all the way around the circle, but they can't get the scoring opportunity to go. 8:18 to play. And this one taken away by Romer. Mern picks up the loose puck, and his shot is wide on the left side. Caden Peterson pushed off that one. Edgewood now still controlling down low. Feed into the slot, and swinging over the top was Cooper Fink trying to get the shot on. Mern, top of the circle, stick save. Menzel pushes off his man and grabs that loose puck. Cross-ice pass is briefly deflected but held. The shot is deflected again and pinballs around. Doesn't make it through. Another stick save from Colton Daly as Edgewood is buzzing on this trip down the ice. Oros tries to clear it. It hits Parker Mern. Now Oros is able to send it down. Joe Romer going after this one. I don't know if he will get there. He does. Wide in a low-angle shot. And it's no good, but there's Kyle Rohrer in just the right spot. Rohrer, hash marks, feed towards Romer, is broken up. And now a 3-on-2 developing for Edgewood here. The pass is too long, though, for Carl Gilmore. Gilmore shoved hard to the boards by Parker Schmidt of Oregon. 7:18 to play in this period. Panthers still up 1-0. The shot is through the net mouth and across. Comes to the far point. A light tap and a deflection goes and takes the rear glass. Up towards the near side, it'll be Ben Wiedholz of Oregon that controls that puck. Taps it towards Franken, but a nice pickup by Will Hartman of Edgewood. Franken was streaking on that one, could have had a play. Once more to Wiedholz again and Franken, but it's a little strong. Heads up with Hudson Gerke. Franken gets his stick down. What a play on the forecheck by Adam Franken, but they're not able to convert it into an offensive opportunity. 6:45 to play now. Big hit, and they're going to get him for an elbow, I believe, there. Wiedholz got up a little high. We'll get the exact signal, but the Edgewood will be on the power play.
I do want to say they're going to call head contact. There's a chance this could be a major penalty. I understand the call. I'm not a fan of it, not because I don't want to see Oregon kill a penalty, but he was kind of sliding down as he made contact. If there's a 5-minute call, I understand, and they're calling it interference.
They're going to call it interference instead.
Wow,
so
okay.
I believe it's going to be 2 minutes for interference. That goes against number 24, Ben Wiedholz, and it is just a simple minor penalty for interference.
Okay, I'm a little shocked it played out that way because the refs were meeting, there was a little bit of discussion, and it could have been a head contact. And again, I understand you're going to make that major call. I wouldn't have been a big fan, but I'd understand. This one confuses me a bit.
I think they make the right one. I'm kind of surprised at interference because I think he was the puck carrier, or very nearly so. It did look to me like the elbow got up high, and like you said, it was because the player was going to his.
But again, you do not want to let contact like that happen to the head, whether it's an accident or on purpose. You do not want that, so that call has to get made.
And that may be why they had the discussion to assess whether they thought it needed greater discipline. The minor penalty they judge is enough to penalize the infraction. Off the face-off, the Panthers clear it immediately. A nice start to this penalty kill. Good pressure coming in from Simon Sassarori. Oh, my goodness. What an effort. I'm sorry, that was Simon Dosher. But as it is with 1:42 to go, Edgewood's got the puck. Panthers, Colton Ayers sends it to the point, but that'll be held by Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Ayers just getting in everywhere there. Ayers, one of their power players and penalty killers, and he's showing why on this trip down the ice. Walker, center point, a little light wrister in. That one comes towards the back door. Ayers swings over the top, though, and can't complete the clear. Unfortunately missing that one. 1:20 to go on the power play. Now it's Jacob Cameron tries to clear it out. Good play with the glove by Edgewood. But now here's Ayers. Ayers is going to lift that clear. Nice job to cape the glass and not send that one out of play. Panthers will get some new penalty killers on the ice.
And they needed them because it was about half that power play was spent in that zone.
1:02 to go on the power play. Entering the zone and dropping it off for Aiden Lentz are the Crusaders. Walker, high slot. Shot is deflected into the safety netting. Romer intervening on that one, and the face-off to come.
It's really interesting to watch when the Crusaders put on a clinic on zone entry, power play setup, and then the Panthers answer with a clinic on shot blocks, taking away passing lanes, active sticks. These are the little things that make huge differences in a game like this.
55 seconds to go on the power play. Panthers win the faceoff. Parker Schmidt up towards the point. He gets the clear. Kyle Rohr trying to get after this one, but a nice job on the back check by Edgewood. Parker Mern didn't allow Rohr to get that offensive opportunity. Nick Bryan's got the puck on the far side wall, trying to poke it past the Crusaders. Rohr grabs it, hits it off the back of the referee, and gets things clear.
And that's a ref we know very well.
We do indeed.
He's a great guy.
We see him a lot. Yeah, he calls some of our MGHA games. Great referee, great player. Good to see him out on the ice. 27 seconds to play in this power play. About 5:04 left to go in the period. Panthers still lead 1-0. Up to the point for Fink. Wind and a shot and a save. And Colton Daly got the pad down on top of that puck. Nearly snuck it underneath was Parker Mern, but Daly able to shut the door.
And it's so telling. After a save like that, he gets up, he skates to one end, skates to the other. He doesn't want to talk to his teammates. He just wants to be focused and follow that puck, and he's doing a great job. And so far in this period, Dan Hoffer has not seen, I think, more than 3 shots at best.
Faceoff is won by Edgewood. 15 seconds on the power play. What a lay-down block that time by Caden Peterson. Romer grabs the loose puck, rims it, and clears it. And Adam Franken will give chase. 4:45 to go in the period. 4 seconds on the power play. Franken puts his man off, grabs that loose puck. Adam Franken kills off the remainder of the penalty as both teams are full strength as Ben Wiedholz hits the ice. Cody Menzel all the way up the left wing side. Good drop pass for Aiden Lentz. Shot hits the side of the netting, no good. Lentz behind the net again. Parker Mern, top of the circle. Shot and a save, and the net is off. And we will reset the cage with 4:25 to go.
And even though the net was off, that was a good save, and you got to wonder, I think the ref went over and was saying, we were blowing it down, but that was a real good recovery from Daly because there was a little bit of a deflection there. And again, my concern is Hoffer's not seeing a lot of shots in this period, and that can have an effect as a goaltender.
Daniel Heffer, the freshman, he's been very sharp. But as you say, the first period, he saw a lot more action than he's seen in this period. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the second. Panthers still leading 1-0. Edgewood in the Panther zone after the Panthers successfully killed off the interference penalty against Ben Wiedholz. Up towards the point, and now striding forward is Kyle Rohr. Tap it across instead to Parker Munn of Edgewood. Good one touch on the entry. Here they come. At the hash mark, shot and a save. J.J. Wiebusch knew just what he wanted. I think Colton Daly knew exactly what he was planning as well.
I think so, but I'm surprised at just how there wasn't a lot of aggressive play from Daly there. He was way deep in the paint. I would have expected him to come out a little bit more, but again, he's tracking that puck really well. He's following everything coming in, and that can start to rattle the Crusaders a bit because they're getting kind of snake bit.
Panthers with their number one line out there. Romer versus Drew Lentz. Lentz wins the faceoff, but it comes all the way down into the Edgewood zone. And look at Laszlo Oros coming in here with speed. Oros checked up against the wall by Nathan Walker, and we've got a penalty coming up. Oregon believes this is going against Edgewood. It is. Cross-checking is the call, and the Panthers will go on the power play as Walker heads to the penalty bench.
Yeah, and they're explaining. Oh!
And now that we just teed him up for a misconduct as well, so a 2-10 against Nathan Walker. He will have to remain on the penalty bench for 10 minutes. Edgewood will have to designate someone else to serve this penalty.
Yeah, and again, anytime you're going to the box arguing with the ref, it's never going to go well. But I got to be honest, I'm kind of on his side on this one. I'm not a fan of that call. And again, please, I get the utmost respect for the Zebras. I like them. But I'm not a fan of that call. I understand the 10-minute. I get that. But I did not think there was that type of contact along the boards that justified it. But this is a very, very pivotal moment now in this game because Oregon has a chance to go up by another goal and work on a goaltender that has not seen a lot.
Sophomore Cooper Fink will serve that 2-minute penalty. What a shot from Oros and a great save from Heffer. Obviously not suffering from the cold at all. Nick Bryan, and now Oros. Wind and a drive. Noah shot pass over to Colton Ayers. Ayers underneath, finds Franken. Franken into the middle for Romer. Almost a carbon copy of their power play goal from the first period. Franken beneath the net. Back to Ayers. Ayers over skates but hangs on and finds Nick Bryan at the point. Bryan cross ice to Oros. Oros top of the circle. Wind and a shot off the pad. What a rebound. They're not going to clear it past Laszlo though. He's got it again. Franken, outer hash marks. Now sends one all the way across to Daly, but Nick Bryan had pinched to the middle, and that puck comes out of the zone.
Yeah, but that's still not going to give Edgewood the time to change.
Minute 13 to go on the power play. 3:02 left to play in this second period. Panthers up 1-0. They're on the power play after the 2-10 against Nathan Walker. Big collision in front of the net with Joe Romer, but Oros comes up with the puck on the near side. Franken beneath the net, plays it with the skate blade. Now Oros again. Backs his way around, fighting for that puck. Aiden Lentz putting some serious pressure on him. Coming over to assist was Nick Bryan. Bryan getting in the mix, still fighting for that puck on the near side wall. Franken moves it across. Romer trying to get it, can't do it. And the Panthers will hold in neutral ice with 41 seconds to go.
They got one or two bodies. One body they can change. Okay, maybe two now, but that still leaves two out there very cold.
Romer, a lead pass for Ayers is too strong. No icing, no, now we get a late icing.
Oh.
I thought he was across the line, but the referee makes the call, pointing right to where he was when he launched that puck. And so the Panthers, unfortunately, will take it back to their own zone for the faceoff with 30 seconds to go on the power play.
Yeah, and the biggest loss in that is Edgewood gets the change. But again, great work by Oregon. They're moving the puck well. They're being creative. But Heffer is, again, really solid following that puck and looking good down there.
Faceoff near side of the Panther zone, controlled by Edgewood. Short-handed shot is no good. Panthers looking to drag it out of their own slot. Poked off Buskager's stick, but a nice pass up ahead to Rohrer, who hangs with it. Rohrer off the wall for Wheatholtz. Creative passing that we've seen from Oregon so far in this game. They're looking sharp tonight in a way that we haven't seen them doing so well the rest of this season. A light shot in from Buskager, easily saved by Heffer. 6 seconds left on the power play. You can hear Colton Daly banging his stick on the ice to let his teammates know, and now both teams are full strength as Edgewood has cleared off this penalty. 1:46 left to play in this period. Striding for this one is Cooper Fink, and it's poked off his tape. He served that 2-minute penalty. A quick one-time shot, and that puck is out of play. Cody Menzel rocketed that off of the leg pad of Colton Daly and into the safety netting.
Yeah, I know the net came off the moorings again.
Oh, the net came off as well. Okay.
So, and I think that has to do with the heat outside. The ice is a little mush, so that the nets are popping off a little bit. That was a really difficult save for Daly just because it was that deflection, and he had to stay really on top and focused on that puck.
Minute 38 to go in this second period. It's still a 1-0 Panther lead. Battling for that puck on the near side. They managed to knock it out into center ice where Will Hartman takes it. Backhands it to Parker Murray. High up at the blue line, it'll be Cody Menzel moving to the outside. Cross ice pass, body down by Fink. He tries to put it in, can't do it. Joe Romer and Colton Daly combine to stop that one. Battle behind the net. Nick Bryan trying one more. Drop in front for Mansell. The net had come off, but the referee signaled it came off after the goal.
That was some good work from the Crusaders working it behind. They were digging out. They won those 50-50 battles back there, and that was just a snipe. I could not tell when the net came off, and even if it did just before the puck went in, it did not affect the play. And I think you have to take that into account. A hockey play was being made. It was not an issue. So, yeah, that's a good goal, and that's a hard goal to take at the end of this second period.
I agree. I think you're absolutely right that the net coming off did not really change how that one went. It's not like it went in because the net came off the morning. So with 1:05 to play now, we are all tied up. Cody Menzel makes things square. J.J. Wybush and Cooper Fink getting the assists on that one for Edgewood. They move it up to the point as they control with 45 seconds to go in this period. Tied up all at one thanks to the Cody Menzel even strength tally. Aiden Lentz to the point. Munn, a shot. It doesn't get through traffic. Hits two different bodies on the way. At the point, chop back down. 30 seconds to play in the period. Panthers battling for it in front of the Zamboni door. Rohr takes a shot up against the wall. And now trying to get this one forward is Aiden Lentz. Curls around to the outer hash marks. Feed across. Munn, face-off dot. Blocker save from Colton Daly. Confident with the blocking glove. 14 seconds to go in this period. Panthers trying to get this one out of their zone. Tapped up the near side of the wall. Ben Wheatholtz against Parker Munn. Gets it forward. Kyle Rohr is going to stride for it, but it's tapped back with 3 seconds to play. The Panthers send it on net. And an easy stick save for Heffer will be the final hockey act of this period. A late score from Edgewood ties things up. We head into the third period with a brand new game.
Yeah, that was a great period for both teams. Again, Oregon did dominate that period. Oregon did get some opportunities. They weren't able to score on the power play, and I think that was their best chance. But again, you've got to give Edgewood credit and an awful lot of respect for the way they control that puck in the offensive zone and through the neutral zone.
We talked about Coach Larry Clemens and his staff keeping the boys in the locker room all the way to the end of the intermission over last period. What do you think they're saying to them in this period? You've got a tough opponent you haven't beat in 6 years, just over 6 years' time. You get to face them twice every season, and this is the time you really need to strike. If you want a chance at winning the Badger South, this is a must-win game for the Panthers. What do you tell them to come out hot in the third?
You've got to play smart. You keep playing your positions. Get those sticks in the lanes, active sticks, making clear of all that stuff, and then work your way through as you go. Play smart. It's the little things. You don't need the fancy moves and the 2-on-1s and the 1-on-1s and all this. You need smart play, disciplined play, and not making mental mistakes.
And then for Edgewood, Coach Pete Rothering, his team gets back into it with just over a minute to play. What are you telling them to try and get the goal and get the win here and set yourself up to take on who might be your new contender in the Badger South in Monroe?
You got to say, are you seriously going to let this team push us around? We should be beating this team by 3, 4, 5 goals. And if you're not going to play as hard as you can, whistle to whistle, every shift, and generate some offense, I'll put in players who will. Because you've really got to push on this. Edgewood's got the skills. They have the ability. They have the talent. This is just one of those real difficult situations where Oregon's come out with kind of a purpose.
Absolutely they have. All right, folks, it is 1-1 after 2 periods of hockey. We have 1 period left for you. Hopefully no overtime, but if that's what it takes, that's what we'll do. We are committed to bringing you high school sports here on OCA Media. Stay tuned and visit us on the web at ocamedia.com. Welcome back, everyone. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk with you at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. The Panthers are tied 1-1 with the Edgewood Crusaders. A late tally by the Crusaders and even strength put in from Cody Menzel is able to get them back tied. And so we head into the third period with a brand new game. Both teams have 17 minutes to try and win it.
Yeah, and what's really nice about the 2 goals that have been scored, they have been heart goals that were started from good plays behind the net, winning those 50-50 battles and getting good support. We got the Oregon goal on the power play from a nice pass from behind the net and then over and in. This one, same kind of thing. Behind the net, even strength, able to move that puck up and just pick that corner. Neither goal you can blame on the goaltenders. It has been a remarkably well-played game by both teams.
We always see Oregon step up for Edgewood. We
Yep.
went on a streak there where they played them to overtime, especially at LeBon. That happened a number of times in the previous years covering these two teams. This year, it felt like Oregon, especially at the start of the season, wasn't quite clicking. There was some element that was missing. In this game, we have really seen them, and you and I were talking off air before we got on with one of the fans here, really see them, I think, buying into Coach Larry Clemens' system because it's so on display in this game that they are playing a style that is not natural. When we saw them in the early games where you're just kind of playing, right? You've learned the system, but your instincts are still there. This is not the Oregon team we saw in those games. In this game, we're seeing a very, very disciplined unit, particularly defensively, and it has paid dividends. They're tied, they give up the one in the second, but overall, they have neutralized an incredibly potent offensive attack in the Crusaders.
Yeah, they really have. During the intermission, when I stepped away, the one word that was going through my head was consistency. And it's not just this game. Go back last week to Janesville. Again, well-played game. I don't think I can remember a time when Oregon played six periods worth of hockey, 2 games, playing whistle to whistle. Good heart, lot of energy, no bad mistakes. And that's what we're seeing here. So to me, I think that Janesville game really turned a corner where they were like, this is the way we're going to play. And if we do, we can hang with anybody.
Was that intentionally a Mandalorian quote? This is the way?
Okay, now, I didn't know if you'd pick that one up, but absolutely. How can you not love The Mandalorian?
I was showing my wife if for those of you who don't know, Mandalorian on Disney Plus, there is a Baby Yoda in that movie, and I was in that show, and I was showing her the clips where Baby Yoda keeps hitting switches.
Yep.
People had dubbed in various songs, so it's like he's changing the radio.
So, yeah, it's funny. So my youngest son is in the Air Force. He's deployed in Jordan, and he's on midnight shifts now.
Oof.
So he got my Disney Plus, and he possibly, hypothetically, put it through a proxy VPN.
Make it work.
And he's been watching. He's like completely caught up on Mandalorian. I think he's got three episodes left. But again, this is the way. This is how you build a team that doesn't have to have star players. Because in the last game, I thought all the players deserved the player of the game, and that's what I gave them on both teams. And this is that same kind of thing where everybody is playing. They're playing with heart. They're moving. And that's really, really what you want to see.
Here's one thing I want to ask you about, because this is a player I've been thinking about a lot this season that we haven't seen what we've seen in past years from. And I wonder if you think there's some way to get him involved or if they can keep relying on what they've been, and that's Colton Ayers. Ayers has 27 goals and 33 assists in his Panther career, but in this season, just 2 goals and 7 assists. We've been used to seeing him score and score a lot. This season, he just hasn't quite been able to do that. Now, they've been playing him on some different lines, getting him in with some different guys, new guys, but just the same, is there a way for them to get that hot stick involved? I mean, we know he's got the talent to make moves, to get goals. We just haven't been seeing that from him. Is it something they can do, or is this intentional? Are they playing him in more of a defensively minded role, even though he's a forward?
To me, and again, I without talking to a coach or anything, just from what I'm seeing, I don't think Colton Ayers steps back unless there's a reason. And what we're seeing is some of these plays that are kind of popping up and out are because of these little things that happen behind the play. And everybody sees the highlight goal. Everybody sees the spinorama. Everybody sees that. But they didn't see the 2 little things that led to that. And a lot of times, if you follow the puck back, Ayers' name was attached somewhere. So he may not be getting the primary or secondary assist, but he is moving that puck in ways that they want him to. I do not believe Colton Ayers is the type of player who is not going to step up or just step back because he's trying to coast.
And then how about Kyle Rohrer? We have seen the development of this freshman in this game. He went the first, I think, 5 or 6 games without getting a score or an assist. A freshman finding his way. He now has 8 goals and 5 assists, and boy, is he a stick-handling machine. He makes it look good out there, and they have really enjoyed having him on the ice.
You absolutely do. When you talk about people like Romer, when you talk about Franken, when you're talking about all these Rohrer, all these different players are so dynamic. They have so many different facets to their game, whether it's passing, whether it's stick handling, great hands, I mean, it's just what you want to see in the young core. This team has a lot of skill that's coming back next year and the following year, so you got to love that.
Panthers in good position, but they need a win here to make a run at a Badger South title.
Soupy corners.
Yep, we're still pretty wet here, and off the faceoff, it is the Panthers that control. Oros is going to chip that one all the way in. Oh, they're going to get him for the icing.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was about 2 strides away from center ice.
All right, so the referee's right on top of it, and so an initial icing, and yeah, you can see the puck just dies back there in the slot of the Edgewood zone. So, again, both teams will have to contend with this early on. It dries up after the first couple of minutes, but it's going to be tough sailing here early on. Face-off far side of the Panther zone. Puck drops, and Romer does win it back. Parker Schmidt goes hard to the ice. There's a big collision between him and Aiden Lentz. Now Drew Lentz, and Lentz wanted to poke it forward for himself and just couldn't do it. Nice tap, but a good hold. Laszlo trying to clear it, but able to hold it in was Owen Friedow. Behind the net, here's Drew Lentz. Lentz tries to turn and fire, but the puck skitters away from him and ends up back behind the net for Nick Bryant. Bryant and everyone just struggling to get this puck clear. It does come to who else? Colton Ayers, and Ayers wings it off the wall, and down goes Drew Lentz. Student section let him hear it as he trips over the blue line there. Oros comes up with a puck that cross ice is picked off by Lentz. Give Lentz a ton of credit. He is a great player, so we talk about him a lot. But that play to fall down over the blue line, get some, a little guff from the student section and get right back into it. Great effort.
Yeah, and again, I want to hear a louder student section. You've got a lot of people here on each side. Edgewood always comes to represent. You got to love that. Oregon has it, but they've been quiet, and there is so many reasons for them to be loud. That's why you like home games, because you have the crowd. So they're a little too quiet for me, so they should be getting more involved.
We'll send you down there as a cheerleader a little later on if we can't get them excited.
I'll have things thrown at me.
16:03 to go in this game. We're tied at 1 here in the third and final period. Off the wall, and they do manage to clear it out. Cooper Fink putting that one off Caden Peterson, and now here's Cody Menzel. He had their goal. Drop pass, shot, and a save from Colton Daly, and a nice cover. A good shot there, but Daly cuts the angle down and doesn't let it by.
Yeah, and he had to make 2 big adjustments because the puck carrier came in kind of looking shot, gave the pass, and they released it pretty quick, so Daly had to reposition. And when he could see the puck, you know he's going to be there to make the save. So, again, Colton Daly has been solid in this game.
15:53 to go. The face-off is not controlled cleanly. A quick shot comes in, and Daly just does get the pads down in order to keep it out. Menzel into the low slot. Shot from Fink, a save, and another cover from Colton Daly, doing work early in this third period.
And, again, I got to make a shout-out to the student section. Your goalie just made a number of great saves. You got to get loud. Let the team know you're there.
Face-off will come on the near side of the Panther zone, and now it does seem like the students are getting invested. Joe Romer wins that, but loses the puck. They send it up to the point. Parker Munn's shot is knocked all the way to the near side wall, and here comes Colton Ayers. Gets a lead pass ahead to Laszlo Oros. He's got Romer behind him. Oros drops for Romer. Shot is blocked. A nice shot blocked by Parker Murn of Edgewood. Panthers get a touch on that puck, do hold it in the zone. Nice little drop down and shove from behind is Colton Ayers. That loose puck is sticked away by Heffer. Ayers takes a bad one in the back there, but he gets right back into the play. Nick Bryan winding a drive and getting the legs together for that were the Edgewood Crusaders. They tap it ahead, and here comes Cody Menzel. On the outside edge, Wybush in the slot. Shot and a glove save, and boy, did he have that glove position perfectly to deny that shot.
A lot of people think every single time the goaltender makes a save with a glove that they tracked it all the way in. It's not. It's more like 70% of the time it's just good positioning based on instinct, and that's one of those saves.
Daly just lets that one fly right where he knew it was going to go. Puck in the corner for the Panthers. Rimmed around hard to the far side, but stopped up by Hudson Gerke of Edgewood. Tried to drop it in and poked away by the Panthers with 14:50 to go. Third and final period here at the Edgewood Community Ice Arena. We are tied at 1. That puck goes out of play, and we will get the face-off in neutral ice as it came off an Edgewood stick.
I think we've seen a better jump out of the Panthers in this period than we did in the first or second. They're really pushing hard. They can feel that they're in this game, and you got to wonder if they were really thinking they were going to be this tight coming into this period, and they are. So I think that's something to build on as this period goes on.
Face-off is won by Edgewood. Poking at it is Ben Weedholtz, and it comes in front of the scorer's table, where it will be gathered by the Crusaders' Peyton Smith. Buskogger takes the loose puck and ahead to Franken. Franken accelerating along the left wing side as he gains the zone. Wants to get this into center, now wraps around the cage. Franken to the middle for Wiedholz. Played with the foot, a shot, and it's deflected, still loose, and knocked clear by the Crusaders. They'll move it back. Jeffrey Rossow taps that one forward for Peyton Smith, who knocks it all the way into the Panther zone. Buskogger takes a shove from Smith as they battle behind the net. The puck is loose, and Wiedholz got it. Turns around, still loose. The puck tapped toward the Panther cage, and Caden Peterson now will rim it to the far side. Trying to get on top of that one was Owen Friedow. Buskogger again now, far side with 13:57 to go in the game. Buskogger, cross ice. It's off the bottom of the glove of Aiden Lentz and turned around by Franken as the Panthers will get a 5-skater change, dumping it into Edgewood territory. Little confusion at the bench there, collision between both teams. Panthers check up on the delayed offsides, and Peyton Smith has it defensively for Edgewood. Good forecheck pressure from Oregon as they pursue this puck. Trey McKee gets a hand on it. Here's McKee. Hashmark played with the skate, tries to backhand and can't do it. And that puck comes up towards the point. Trey McKee had a great chance, and the puck got caught in the water.
Yeah, and that's got to be the thing that drives you crazy.
Edgewood's got it on the near side now. It's Drew Lentz all the way up to the point. Turns around and controls that puck again. Leaps around his man. Feed to the one-timer. No good to his brother Aiden. But Aiden does hang on to it up to Friedow at the point. Back to Aiden in the corner. Steps up toward the faceoff dot. His shot no good off Colton Ayers. And Nick Bryan sends it to the corner. Drew Lentz shot. And it doesn't go. It's a little bit wide. Aiden Lentz on the near side with an even 13 minutes to play. Puck into the corners. The Panthers trying to clear it out of their zone. Parker Schmidt has to wrap around. Trey McKee putting some pressure on as well. Romer swings over the top, and it's Drew Lentz that's got it. Face-off dot shot. It's deflected high, and Colton Daly tracks and grabs the pop-up with 12:45 to play.
You know, very rare up here do we lose sight of the puck. I completely lost it. It's amazing that Daly was able to not only track that shot, but the deflection straight up into the air. And I think half the players on the ice lost it, and he got it and gets the whistle.
I only knew where it was because I saw him stand up and put that glove up. I had lost it as well. It popped straight up into the air. Panthers grab the loose puck. Nice cross-ice pass. Here's Adam Franken. Left wing side to the outer hash marks. Franken sends the shot in and a good save. Cody Menzel's got it. Taps it ahead for Edgewood as they look to break things out. Roar breaking up play in center ice, but Cooper Fink able to keep it moving. Panthers now turn it around. They've got a chance here as Franken dumps that one in, and Roar will give chase behind the Edgewood cage. Dropped off behind there. A couple of Panthers getting involved. Drop it in front. Nearly losing sight of it was Wiedholz, and he couldn't turn quickly enough. And Menzel accelerating. Caden Peterson tries to hip check him. Not able to set him off. A shot is just wide. Wybush pushed it a little bit right. He had a bit of open net to look at there, but wasn't able to put it on target. Here's Roar. Roar a one-on-one in front of the bench. 2-on-1 with Franken. Roar a shot. Now what a glove snatch by Daniel Heffer.
You know, when I think that the Oregon Panthers are going to have an advantage by not putting a lot of shots on Heffer, he makes a save like that. And again, it just goes to show his focus, his composure, and his maturity in a program like this as a freshman is great to watch.
The freshman performing very well for these Edgewood Crusaders. A quick shot and a save, and Ayers can't quite get there in time. Bryan keeps that puck moving ahead and drops it down behind the net with 11:45 to go in this game, tied at 1. Laszlo Oros loses control as the Edgewood Crusaders, are trying to move this one along. Nathan Walker, you'll recall, is still in the box for his 10-minute misconduct penalty. He will be out relatively soon here, and they will love to have him back. Panthers, a great one-touch through the middle. Here's Joe Romer. Lead pass to Oros. He's past one defender. He's got one more man to beat. Turn and fire, but it's a little bit wide. To the point. Schmidt hustles a shot in, and that one deflects wide. Comes to the near side instead. Oros chips that one along. Fights for it amongst all the Edgewood Crusaders. But they are able to tap it into neutral ice where Nick Bryan gathers for Oregon. On the line change, they try and find Romer at the blue line. Instead, the loose puck is gathered by Aiden Lentz of Edgewood, passes to himself off the wall, and then chips it in to Oregon territory. He and Nick Bryan stride forward in the corner. Bryan shoves him into the boards. And we've got a whistle coming up for a penalty. This is going to be a cross-check against Nick Bryan. Oh, I'm a little surprised at that. It looked to me like a clean push against the board as they battled for the puck.
Yeah, not a fan of that call. Again, I don't want to impugn the refs because, you know, they've got a hard job out there. But there have been a couple calls here that have gone bad each way, I think. And again, that's got to hurt when you're in a tight game like this.
So cross-checking is the call. Edgewood gets a huge opportunity here, a 2-minute power play when we're tied at 1 in the third period. 10:48 to play in this game. Edgewood controls. Aiden Lentz, a shot and a deflection, and it caught the outside of the post. Parker Murn across that time to Wybush. Mern, center point. Mern's shot is blocked down by Kyle Rohr. Aiden Lentz, outer hash marks. He's able to find Wybush, and now Parker Mern, center point. Wybush, face-off dot, shot, and it's too tall, and up into the safety netting. Referee saying that it is going to stay here.
Yeah, that one went off the crossbar. It just tipped it and went into the netting, and so it's going to stay in.
So with 10:26 to go in the game, minute 34 to go on the power play after the cross-checking penalty against Nick Bryan. Face-off near side of the Panthers zone. They win that face-off. Buskogger winding a drive. He doesn't get a true bounce off the boards, but he does manage to clear it. There was a big collision back behind the play. Student section got involved as Lentz and Buskogger came together. Now accelerating through center ice is Parker Mern of Edgewood. Stops up at the point, looking for a play. Mern pushed along, but able to get it across past Jacob Cameron. Drop into the center, shot and a pad save. Second shot and a save, and a cover. What a job by Colton Daly.
Oh.
And Wybush and Menzel, and now we are getting...
They're doubling them, they're matching them, and they shouldn't.
We are going to get matching penalties here for a little pushing and shoving after the play. And so this will be it'll be Drew Lentz is going to head to the box along with Buskogger.
I'm sorry to interrupt, we just got...
So with offsetting cross-checking penalties, it's going to be Simon Buskogger and Drew Lentz that will spend 2 minutes in the box, and it'll be a minute 9 of still a power play for Edgewood. Face-off in the Panthers zone. They control. Edgewood now gathers and drops it along. Working his way into the slot, feed across, the shot to Wybush, and that one hits off the post and is no good. Going to the ice is Joe Romer, still fighting for that puck. Trying to dig it out, Parker Schmidt as well. Schmidt's now got this one. He's got a chance to clear it. Can't get it by Parker Mern. Mern into the center. No good. It hits Romer. And the Panthers trying to get it out. Wiedholz can't clear it, but now Romer's got it and finally gets it free. 40 seconds to go on the power play for the Panthers. Coming forward with this one is J.J. Wybush. Top of the circle, now bottom of the circle. Wybush all the way on the wraparound. Nothing there. And he'll drop it to Aiden Lentz at the point. Nice try to move through the center by Wybush, but the puck is taken away by Wiedholz. He's able to get it clear and get 3 new penalty killers for Oregon. 18 seconds left on the power play. 9:08 to go in this game. Last chance on the power play for Cody Menzel. Menzel, high slot, wraps it around, drops it to the back door, and it hits the side of the cage. They get the redirect, but no good. Feed through center, that time no good. And the Panthers clear it out, and both teams are full strength. The Panthers have successfully killed this penalty. What a job by Oregon.
Yeah, that was an absolute great just work on the penalty kill, and it was a good look for Oregon as well, or for the Edgewood on that power play.
Trey McKee drops this off to Adam Franken. What a cross-ice pass. Rohr, a shot and a save. And again, confidence from Hofer. Daniel Hofer is just fantastic on this one.
Yeah, he really is, and it is just impressive to watch him play out there. He's looked solid this entire game, but Oregon is still pushing as hard as they can.
So 5-on-5 play. We do have 2 men in the box that will come out at 8:01 on the clock. Right now we have 8:33 remaining, or they'll come out at the stoppage after 8:01, since those were even strength penalties and we matched them up. Drew Lentz and Simon Buskogger. Moving ahead on this one are the Crusaders. They're able to get the loose puck. A shot and a save. A rebound chance. No good. The puck's still loose. Panthers got to clear it out. It pops up high, and they finally get it into the corner. Dangerous set of chances, but they're able to stop them from scoring. Panthers battling for this puck in their own zone. Trying to get that one clear. It comes to the corner again. Big dump, and again you hear the student section trying to get that one, get into this one. Clear down, and we will get the icing call. Man, I thought they got a glove on it, but no touch is the signal, so icing will bring it back to the Panther zone with 7:53 to go. Lentz and Buskogger out of the box now. Everybody available for both teams.
Yeah, and that was a scrum down there that, Colton Daly really did get bailed out there by his defense as he kind of got caught up. But that's the kind of support and consistency you want to see from a team. We
did get a note from one of the Edgewood parents. Daniel Hofer, the goaltender, played his youth hockey here at Oregon, and so that is why he got the nod from Coach Rothering today. Able to play back on his home ice, or what was his home ice when he was a youngster, and boy, he's showing us something here.
Yeah, he really is, and he's been solid this entire game. The defensive core for Oregon has really kept them in it. and Hover has kept Edgewood in it. So it's really nice to get to see that.
Face-off controlled by Edgewood. Parker Mern shot. It goes wide and comes to the near side wall. 7:40 to play in this game. We are all tied up at 1 here in the third and final period. Rohrer on the near wall. Can't get it past Parker Mern. Nick Bryan's got it behind the net. Tries to feed it ahead. Edgewood intervening every step of the way. Panthers want to dig this one out of their zone. Instead, it's taken by Wybush. Great shot out of the slot by the Panthers defense. Here's Adam Franken controlling the puck. And Panthers on the rush the other way. They will chip it in and get after it. Rohrer and Wiedholz putting some pressure on the right wing side. Edgewood able to turn it, though, and get it clear. Here comes Friedau and leads ahead for Peyton Smith. Smith right through the center. Drops a pass from Menzel. Menzel around traffic, but the puck accelerated a little too much off the edge of his tape. Cooper Fink gets it to the point. The shot, they almost got the deflection from Smith, but it ends up well wide of the net with 6:53 to play now. Battle on the near side. Wide open look to the outside edge. Shot and a stick save from Colton Daly, covering up the 5-hole. Caden Peterson takes that puck away behind the net. Battling with Cooper Fink. He gets it by him, and here comes Peterson moving it up along that side. Wiedholz, lead pass for Franken, a little strong, and Franken looking a little worn out there. I think he's going to change on this next trip down.
Yeah, Franken's out of gas, and he needs to get to the bench quick.
Moving up is Nathan Walker. His misconduct has expired, and so he is back in the game. Launches a shot well high. Oros, a wise play at the point, but a nice defensive play, or a forechecking play, I should say, by Edgewood. They're not able to hold it in, but they do hold it at center ice and rim it around to the near side of the Panther zone. Peterson intercepts behind his own net. Sends it to his own near side now. It's Colton Ayers. Lofts one along, trying to find Oros. Here goes Oros on the stride. Oros is not going to get there in time. In the NHL, they would have waved that one off. But in high school, we want to play it safe. They call the icing. We'll head back to the Oregon zone.
Yeah, and I got to be honest, if you would have asked me as I was driving 90 miles an hour down the belt line to get here, if I would have thought at 6 minutes left in the third period, this game's 1-1, I probably would not have bought into that. But there has been great play from Oregon. And I really think they're playing above their weight class in this game.
6:01 to go, now 5:56. There was 6:01 at the faceoff, as the Panthers continue to battle here, tied at 1 in the third and final period. Oros crosses it up, tapped along by Ayers. Ayers nearly had a breakout on that one, but it caught the cage of his opponent. Lead to Romer. Romer around his man. Romer, low angle, tries to get it into the center, can't do it, but hangs on to the puck. There's Ayers, up to the point, Nick Bryan. Buskogger wants it. Bryan sends back down towards Ayers. Oros in the corner. Looking to drag this one into the middle for Romer. No good. Buskogger, high slot. Shot and off the top of the iron and out of play. Buskogger just misses and catches the top of the crossbar.
Boy, I love it when a defender is calling for that puck and he gets it. He gets the shot and he's making something happen there. And I think the goalie got a little piece on it that redirected a hair. But that was a good look for Buskogger.
Panthers with Adam Franken out on the face-off dot. He wins it back to Nick Bryan. Bryan sends a shot in. It's deflected high and ends up on the far wall. Wiedholz there in front of the Zamboni door. Fights it forward for Rohrer to take over. He gets the puck, trying to drag it down. Gets it to Franken. Franken's cross-ice pass goes off a skate and comes to the near side corner. Rohrer's got it there. Drops it down for Franken at the hash marks. Wraps it back for Rohrer. Low angle, and it's too tall. And hits the safety netting. He had a tough job as he was sliding towards the end line there.
Yeah, and we saw a goal like that a couple weeks ago where it was that weird off angle that he just put it underneath that corner. So again, tough shot to make, but it's a real hard one to defend against.
Since he sent that one out directly, we will take the faceoff out of the Edgewood zone. 5:22 to play in this game, still tied at 1 here in the third and final period. Up in center ice, and Edgewood able to get that stretch pass to work. Try to cross it into center. Parker Schmidt says no, and then Colton Daly handles the backhanded shot very cleanly. 5:12 to play. Face-off coming in the Oregon zone.
I've been so impressed this season watching Daly grow as a goaltender. He's very confident. He's really hugging those posts really well. He keeps those pads down real nice in a butterfly. So he keeps developing as the season goes on, and it's so impressive to watch.
Number one line out there for Oregon with 5:12 to play. At the point, Parker Mern turns it around for Edgewood and moves it to the near side wall. Buskogger chasing there. The loose puck gathered by Edgewood, but in the slot, Joe Romer fires it off a stick and ends up in the corner. Caden Peterson, a nice little spinorama move, but the loose puck lost. Wybush, a shot and a save. Boy, Wybush picked that up with a ton of real estate in front of him, puts the shot on. Daly stands tall.
Yeah, but you got to give a lot of respect to the defenders for the Panthers. They collapsed really, really fast. They gave that impression of losing time and space, and he had to make a shot. That is not the shot he wanted to take.
Face off on the far side of the Panthers zone now. 4:54 to go as Mr. Saxo Beats blares through the auditorium. Panthers trying to drag this one into center ice. Oros does get it there briefly, but Edgewood turns it right back around. Buskogger in the corner working on Aiden Lentz. Lets the puck comes up towards Colton Ayers. Ahead to Romer, but too strong, and Walker turns it back. Peyton Smith now for Edgewood. Sends it behind the Panther net, where Caden Peterson will have it for Oregon. Oros in the corner at the point, trying to drag this one out. Lots of poking at it. Drew Lentz there as well. Romer fighting for it. Romer does whip it out, but there's Walker right at the center ice faceoff dot. Dumps it back in, and Buskogger's got a little bit of open room. Ahead to Colton Ayers. Ayers dumps that one in, and giving chase is Laszlo Oros. Ayers following behind. Oros puts his man into the board as he works on Will Hartman. Stepping in is Nathan Walker as well. Walker looking to lead the breakout for Edgewood. Gets it ahead to Peyton Smith. Smith's got a 3-on-2 here at the faceoff dot. Smith drop pass, and it's too strong. Colton Ayers might turn it the other way. His cross ice is intercepted by Nathan Walker. Immediately sends it into the Oregon zone. And how many times have we seen that?
Yeah, it's happened a couple times, and those are two situations for each team.
Oh, and what a pickoff here by Kyle Rohrer. Rohrer at the outer hash marks. Hangs onto the puck and now sends it behind the net for Trey McKee. Parker Murren turns that to the corner for Edgewood. Panthers still battling, but now Edgewood wants to push it the other way. Getting his stick blade on it was Rohrer.
Oh, yeah.
But we've got a way offside by Cody Menzel. Trying to slow it up was Peyton Smith. Rohrer always seems to be in a position to make that happen. He is just one block shot or deflected puck away from just being gone.
Oh, yeah, and again, he's got that speed, he's got the eyes, and he's looking for those opportunities, and that's where the Crusaders have to be very, very careful. The offense for the Panthers is very opportunistic.
3:31 to play in this game. Third and final period. We are tied at 1 here at the Oregon Community Ice Arena. Trey McKee has to stop up, and he is hit by the entry pass off sides, and we'll get a face-off at neutral ice.
Yeah, you know, if your defense is working right and you got your centers clogging up the lanes, you can really make a team go off sides. And that's a look they're going to want back because that's a good breakout.
Franken will take the face-off for the Panthers. He'll do battle with J.J. Wybush of Edgewood. Wybush does win that one as Edgewood moves it up that far side. Menzel goes down, and we have a delayed penalty coming. The Panthers are going to be called for a trip against Cody Menzel, and with 3:15 to go, an enormous opportunity for Edgewood here.
Yeah, this is a killer. You got 3:15 left. They're going on the power play. You've done well killing penalties, but again, this is not a team that you can give this many chances to and expect to make it out unscathed.
The Panthers will have a 2-minute penalty to kill off. Only 3:15 left in the game. Tied at 1 here in the third period. And it's one back to Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Gives this one to Wybush. Cross ice, one-timer and a save. Puck is still loose. Lentz sends it into the center. Walker back to Lentz. Lentz's shot is no good. That's Aiden Lentz on that opposite side. And now here comes Ben Wiedholz. Wiedholz fighting in neutral ice, trying to get this puck moving forward, but Edgewood able to settle it down. Walker enters the zone for Edgewood. Top of the circle, his shot is deflected away. Winded a great clear from Ben Wiedholz.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised the Panthers gave them the blue line. All four players just went into that box and gave them entry. They should be challenging a little bit. Make them work for that entry.
Minute 22 to go on the power play. 2:35 left to go in this game. Offsides coming against Edgewood, and there it is as the Panthers try and clear it out. We'll get the face-off just outside the Oregon zone.
You know, and that's a tough call, too, because you had a good attempt to clear where you get it all the way down to the end of the ice. You still get the face-off outside the zone, but you can't be looking for offense right now. You have to clear the puck.
Face-off is won by Edgewood. They control, still on the power play here with 1:12 to go on the man advantage. Cross ice, Wybush behind the D, too tall as he wants that glove side corner, tries to pick it and goes high. Walker, high point, no good. Second chance is over the back of the net. Panthers got it. Caden Peterson tries to clear it out. Now he'll have an open look for the clear and whistles it down, sends it on net, and an easy stick save for Hofer, but the Panthers get new penalty killers with 49 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, that's a big kill. You've got about 45 seconds left to kill it, and then you're thinking about getting some offense before that horn blows.
Drew Lenz enters on the right wing side. Oh my goodness, what a hit as Colton Ayers goes down to take him out. Basically the only way to get him is to go low like that. Trying to dig his way in is Aiden Lentz. Lentz drops it in front, and what a save from Colton Daly. Aiden Lentz worked it all the way in front, got the puck to Cooper Fink, who put the shot on, but Daly turns him away.
Yeah, and Daly went up to have a little bit of words with a Crusader. He didn't like the little hack at his glove. Again, as a player, you know you've got to kind of push that. But right now, Daly is focused. He is as focused as I think I've ever seen him because he's not an emotional goaltender. And he's really staying as hyped as possible.
I'm sorry, that was not Cooper Fink. That was J.J. Wybush, number 6, not number 8. And you can see Cooper Fink in the center faceoff dot for this try. Panthers do win that faceoff. Minute 40 to go in the period. Panthers chip it along. It's Laszlo Oros with just 20 seconds to go on the power play. Edgewood trying to move it through center ice. Great pick off that time by Joe Romer, who flips it back down, and Oros will again provide the pressure. Minute 25 to go in the game. 8 seconds left on the power play. Edgewood trapped behind their own net, kind of losing the puck. Oros directing traffic, and now here comes Oregon. Edgewood coming up. Parker Murn. And both teams are full strength as the penalty expires. Feed right through center is no good, but here's Kyle Rohrer behind the defense. Kyle Rohrer pokes that one in, and wisely will give chase an even minute to play in this game. Up at the point, Nick Bryan's got it for Oregon. Finds Oros. Oros around his man and back behind the net. Avoids the shot, feed to center, and they just miss. Bryan at the slot. His shot is knocked away, but a good hold by Parker Schmidt, who will gun it back in as the Panthers check up. 44 seconds to play in this third and final period. We are all square at one apiece. Drew Lentz can't get to that one. The Panthers control it defensively. Parker Schmidt, lead pass, finds Adam Franken. Top of the near circle. Franken, outer hash mark. Shot and a good pad save. But here's Parker Schmidt. His shot is nearly deflected in, but another pad save. Trey McKee in the corner fighting for Oregon. Now Cody Menzel blocked by Franken. Here's Rohr behind the defense. Shot and a hand pass is going to be the call. Hand pass, they say he closed the glove on the puck, and the hand pass is the call. So 11 seconds to go. We'll have a face-off outside of the Edgewood zone.
Yeah, and that's what he's asking him right now. Yep. He's going like this, and because I was thinking, wait a second, he passed it to himself, but absolutely right, he did.
To play on the left wing side, trying to drop that back into center. Romer getting after it for Oregon. 3 seconds to go, and that will end regulation. We cannot decide a winner, and how many times in these Edgewood-Oregon games have we gone to overtime?
This is the third I remember, first in Oregon that I remember. The other two have happened at Laban. So, again, you've got to be happy if you're either coach here because you're seeing exactly what you want from the team. And again, I keep looking at Daly. He's staying kind of off to himself. He wants to stay focused, and he's doing his best to keep his energy, and again, he's got a lot of passion in this game.
The Panthers are looking sharp in this game, honestly, and like we've talked about throughout, they are playing a very different game from what we're accustomed to seeing from them. But just the same, they are playing it hard, they're playing it well, and while they have lost some offensive punch, I think it's fair to say, they have exchanged that for tremendous defensive effort. And if we've seen more than 2 or 3 odd man rushes from Edgewood, it'd be a lot. They have really denied them that transition game that they really love to exploit.
They really have, and that comes from basics of, again, playing your man, making sure you're blocking those lanes and active sticks. And how many times in the third period did we finally see Edgewood doing some of that? Shot blocking, active sticks. They were taking that kind of away from Oregon in that period. But either way, each team should be proud of the way they've gone in this game.
As we look back in the vitals of this game, Oregon struck first in the first period with, at 13:42, got a power play goal. Joe Romer the score, Adam Franken the assist. In the second period, Edgewood an even strength goal. Cody Menzel delivering the score. J.J. Wybush and Cooper Fink delivering the assists. That was at 15:48 in the second, very nearly at the end of the second period for the Panthers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties, all minor penalties, but 7 penalties just the same. For Edgewood, 5 penalties, one of them a 2 and 10, a misconduct. 3 cross checks and 1 slash to go with the misconduct. So both teams have had opportunities on the power play. The Panthers did get 1 score in, so they're 1 for 4 on the power play. Edgewood 0 for 7 on the power play. Now, some of those were overlapping, so I don't think that would be the official stat, but just the same, we don't usually see Edgewood as a team that is not able to exploit man advantage opportunities, and this time the Panthers' very stout defense was able to keep them out of the back of the net.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, but the previous 2 overtime games, the first one was decided by a power play goal in overtime, and the second was immediately following a power play that they were able to then go ahead and sink. So a power play burned the Panthers each time, and Edgewood was able to take advantage of that. So some of these senior players are probably having nightmares of overtime against this team because they have had a hard time playing them and getting a win here.
You're exactly right, and it was Matthew Rush that was that power play goal where we could see him coming out of the penalty bench as the play developed for Edgewood. He wasn't able to get back into it in time. They got a weird kind of bank shot goal from beneath the goal line, and that was the difference in that last game that we covered at Le Bon. We will switch sides again, so Edgewood will move right to left, Panthers left to right as you see it on your screen. And this is huge in terms of the implications for the Badger South. If the Panthers win this is a 3-way race between Edgewood, Oregon, and Monroe. If Edgewood takes this home, I think it's Edgewood and Monroe to decide the Badger South champion. As we begin this 8-minute overtime period, it's dumped into the Oregon zone, and Edgewood looks to move it behind the net. Trying to get after this one was number 18, Aiden Lentz, up towards the point. But now Lentz comes up with it. Face-off dodge shot and a save, and well handled by Colton Daly. Very fundamentally sound on that save and makes it look easy.
Yeah, and again, he's able to see those shots coming in because there really wasn't a chance to set up a screen. And if he's able to track it and follow it, you give him a real good chance of making the save. I think we're going to see a real hard push here from Edgewood, which could end up hurting them if they give up an interception or they're able to get a turnover and Oregon goes the other way.
Colton Ayers wins that faceoff for the Panthers. They control in their own zone. Parker Schmidt around one man as he looks to get this one out. He's got plenty of space and finds Ayers. Ayers drags around, and here he comes. Ayers, a quick shot, the loose puck, but Ayers taken down from behind, not able to get on it. Edgewood's got a chance for a 3-on-2 the other way. They gain the zone on the right wing edge. Manziel drops it too far, but held at the point by Nathan Walker. His shot hard off the boards and well wide, and it'll be Wybush that picks it up in that corner with 7:15 to play. Swinging over the top was Edgewood, but the puck remains trapped in that corner. Nick Bryan trying to dig it out, but the Crusaders come to it. Manziel in the slot has it knocked away by Parker Schmidt. Up to the point, and this one's going to come out of the zone off the stick of Hudson Gerke. He has to retreat all the way back to his own blue line, but Edgewood taps it forward. Nick Bryan swings and misses, and here comes Edgewood. Edgewood dangles, shot and a save. What a stop. Colton Daly gets the pad in front of J.J. Wybush, and Wybush has tried and put on some great shots this game, just can't get him to fall. In the corner now as the Panthers battle. 6:39 to go, still in the Oregon zone. Puck chipped along, ends up behind the cage. Nick Bryan is there, sends it to Parker Schmidt on the near wall. Trey McKee tries to leave it for Romer, but the puck is lost to Cody Manziel all the way to the far point. Manziel lofts one in. It's off the hand of Drew Lentz, and he controls. Lentz stripped of it by Franken. Romer's trying to get this one out, and the Panthers now do send it clear, but not on net. And so they will take the icing penalty just to get some new players out there with 6:14 to go.
You know, it really seems like the Panthers are very, very hesitant. And honestly, it is going to come down to what team makes a mistake because each team is playing so well. But you have to try and push. It's overtime. You've got to take the risks at this point. You've got to generate offense.
Face-off in the Panther zone. An easy stick save for Colton Daly off that face-off. An attempted centering pass goes off the side of the net. And now here comes Joe Romer working on Will Hartman. Hartman nearly gives it up there. He does lose it into Laszlo Rose in the center. But a nice skate blade play by Edgewood. And here comes Drew Lentz with a 2-on-1 chance. Lentz tries to hop around his man and takes a big hit. The Panthers send it down and can't hit the net once again. I saw some Edgewood parents, getting a little excited there, but that was Lentz trying to leap into the air to get around. I give him credit for the physical play, but as soon as you take a hit when you're in the air like that, you're going to the ice.
Oh yeah, and again, he was going in, he was trying for the power move. Oregon responded appropriately, but again, I'm not liking these clears I'm seeing that are these panic icing type things.
Oh, and here we go with Laszlo Oros, and he's got a chance for a 2-on-1 with Kyle Rohrer. He tries for the blocker side and goes too high. Buskogger trying to send it down. Rohrer comes up with it. Oros beneath the net. Nice turnaround move and ends up back behind it. Oros into center. There's Rohr. He can't get the shot on. Now outer hash marks Colton Ayers. Caden Peterson at the point, cross ice, wind to the one-timer, and it doesn't get through traffic. Parker Mern broke that one up. A nice job by Buskogger on the one-time shot, but it does not make it to the net. 5:17 to play as Edgewood controls in their own zone. Slap at that one, but it slid funny on him. Instead comes to the near side of the Panther zone. Nice job by Caden Peterson skating ahead, and here comes Peterson. He'll chip it and go for a change. And wisely, I think Hofer will just cover that one.
Yeah, there was a shot that came in a little while ago that he tried to go and cover, and somebody cleared, and I think he really
tries to turn and fire on that one, can't do it. Bryan activates, though, at the point, and able to keep the puck in the zone, preserve the possession. Bryan now sends a light one in. They try for the deflection, and Romer swings over the top again. Coming the other way now, Peyton Smith of Edgewood. He's got Drew Lentz across. Peyton Smith to the goal line. Shot and a save. And boy, Lentz rides hard into the netting.
And our ref
went down. I wonder if that, I don't know what got him there, because Daly held the puck. But you're right,
yeah,
he went right down to his knees and face. He said he got chopped in the legs as somebody went by. Someone got him with a stick. So just some pain there, but he's able to skate it off. Good work from the referee. 4:24 to play, and we'll have a face-off near side of the Oregon zone.
This has been a real good overtime, but then you got to ask yourself, is Edgewood playing too reserved, and is Oregon playing too reserved? Do you let it all hang out when you get 2 minutes left? You just go.
Face-off is won by the Panthers in their own zone. Caden Peterson takes it behind the net. Looking to bring this one forward. Got a little space. Wybush takes it off his tape, but at the point, Rohr able to get the clear completed. Off of Oros, up and out of play. Look out. That one had some hustle on it. Thankfully, the fans tracked it very nicely for Oregon. And so we will have a face-off after the out-of-play puck with 4:12 to go.
Yeah, a lot of time left here, and we've seen some pretty good rushes each way. And I think Oregon gets the advantage if they're able to generate a little bit more offense and getting those second and third opportunities. We haven't seen a lot of that, and that's huge.
Center ice face-off, one of the rare center ice face-offs not following a goal. Colton Ayers does win it back to Caden Peterson of Oregon. Nice little lead pass, and here's Kyle Rohr. Left wing side, Rohr sends that one behind the net for Colton Ayers. Ayers trying to keep it moving to Oros in the corner. Oros trapping it on that corner as Ayers comes in to assist with 3:56 to play. Still fighting for this one. Oros gets it loose. Sends it behind the net, and now this one picked up by Hartman of Edgewood. At the point and swinging over the top is Buskogger. No ice the call, and Caden Peterson's going to grab this one behind his own net. Pursued by Cooper Fink, a dangerous pass through the slot, but he gets away with it, and Oros is going to rifle this one in as Rohr gives chase. Oros going for a change. Rohr's got the puck, though. Rohr beneath the net, tries a wraparound, but it's poked off his tape by Nathan Walker. Good lead pass from Edgewood. They move very well on the forecheck, and here they come on the attack. Menzel has that one taken away from him, and it works all the way to the wall as both teams try and dig it out. 3:15 to go in this game. Parker Schmidt ahead towards Trey McKee. With one hand, he gets that one clear. Trey McKee then sends a lead pass for Adam Franken, who dives to try and get after it, but can't get there in time. Parker Schmidt, a nice little drop-off for Romer in center ice, but following along is Nathan Walker of Edgewood. Walker, cross ice, on the left side, tipped and over the net, back behind the cage. 2:52 to go in this overtime period. Aiden Lentz got a look in the slot, can't get the shot. Puck still loose. Panthers trying to clear it. They work it into the corner, and now they turn it around to the near side wall. Trey McKee will have to fight there with Parker Mern. Trying to get it past Mern, can't do it, and McKee takes it behind the net. Stops up the other way, now looking to move forward. He is crunched hard against the wall by Drew Lentz. Aiden Lentz and Cody Menzel dump that one in, and the Panthers will pick it up behind the cage with 2:24 to play in the overtime. Adam Franken fighting for this puck, working on Peyton Smith. Franken in the corner, loses control of it. Edgewood's got it once more. Back behind the net, the Crusaders getting into it with the referee now as everyone's fighting behind that cage. Up on the near side wall. Parker Mern fighting for this one. Panthers working as well. Held by Drew Lentz at the near side point. Dropped into the slot. What a save from Colton Daly. Gets his head up and blocks it with the crown of his helmet to keep this game alive.
Colton Daly has used every part of his body in this game, and that's the second one to ding off his mask.
What a stop by Colton Daly. Just a tremendous effort. Minute 57 to go in the overtime period. Still tied at 1. Joe Romer with the score for Oregon. Cody Menzel with the score for Edgewood, first and second periods respectively. And now we are going to get a timeout, I believe, from Edgewood. And it is the Crusaders that want the timeout.
And it's smart because I was going to say both of these teams seem to be dragging, and it's whichever team in this last just under 2 minutes is going to find that next gear that's able to see that lane and just fire out. I'm thinking Franken is spent. He looks exhausted. It almost looks like they've double shifted him an awful lot. So this is a good idea to take this time out.
Adam Franken does look like he lost a step in this overtime period, and I think he must have just been out there for an awful lot of time. So Coach Larry Clemens of Oregon, Coach Pete Rothering of Edgewood, going over with their guys what they want here. We've got about 30 seconds left in the timeout. We'll have 1:57 left in the overtime when we come back, and that will be the only overtime period. If it ends tied, it goes down as a tie, and that is really interesting for what that means for the Badger South. I think if either team here really wants to come away with a win for different reasons, but they both want to get that full win in the standings.
Yeah, because with an Oregon win, it's a three-way race. With a tie, it's a three-way race. So Edgewood here has to get the win in order to continue it really to be now 5-0 in the conference. So, again, the Panthers get a small victory with a tie. They get a huge victory with a win, and Edgewood needs to find a way to get some offense going in the last 2 minutes to go 5-0 in the Badger South.
1:57 to go in this game. The Panthers send their first line out there. Edgewood matches them with the same. Ayers versus Lentz. Face-off shot, no good, off the inside of the post. And a save. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Hit the inside of the iron, no goal, and Daly covers it.
Yeah. No, it absolutely hit that right side post and flew out and went between his legs, and he covered it. That was close.
You couldn't ask for a better set play from Edgewood, but they just can't quite get it to go, and there they do. In the overtime, the Panthers just cannot quite match Edgewood since we've been calling them. Drew Lentz hammers it home, and Edgewood finds a way to win again. They will take home the OT winner 2-1.
And again, that's just got to be absolutely horrifying for the Panthers and the fans for another overtime game to go in this game to Edgewood. Impressive play, but this is kind of an ending we've seen before.
We definitely have. Both teams played such a stellar game. The Panthers always come to play when they take on Edgewood, but unfortunately they fall to the Crusaders 2-1 in overtime. Just before we get going, Dan, player of the game, one from each team. Who do you like?
Oh, you know where I'm going. I'm going both for Hoffer and for Daly. I mean, this game was really a goaltending battle because each of the goaltenders had to make huge saves at big moments, and none of the goals, of the 3 goals scored, can you blame on either goaltender. They just played an amazing game, so I got to give it to the goaltenders.
Great job from both of these goaltenders. For myself, this is tricky. I'm looking at both rosters here to try and decide amongst a lot of candidates. For Edgewood, I'm going to go with J.J. Wybush, number 6. He's not a big guy, 5'9", 150, but he's got 10 goals and 10 assists on the season, and you can see why. He could have had 3 or 4 tonight that he was just stoned on, either by really good defensive plays or great saves from Colton Daly. For the Panthers, I'm going to go with Caden Peterson. From the defensive side, Peterson had a great game, just steady at the points. We called him out and in a positive way for retreating on defense, staying back, staying home, playing that system. This was a great build win for the Panthers, and one of the people build game, for the Panthers, and one of the people that got him there was definitely Caden Peterson.
Yeah, he really was. He was a player that I had been watching the entire game, and he made such smart plays throughout the game that they were just playing. He was just playing above where we've seen him. And that's what happened with all the Panthers. Everybody stepped up. This was a heck of a game by them. And again, I know it's a heartbreaking loss, but they made it look really, really good to be a Panther.
I'm excited to see what's coming after the Janesville game and now this Edgewood game. We are seeing a new Panther team developing here, and I like what I'm seeing. But for tonight, that's going to do it. If you're just joining us, Edgewood has defeated the Oregon Panthers 2-1 in overtime. Thank you so much for joining us. For our camera operator, Derek, and for my partner, Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. We will see you next time. Good night, everybody.